Hello, guys. What is up, guys? Let me know if you can hear me as usual because I'm just talking to myself. So hopefully you guys can hear. Make sure the screen is good right here. Okay. Actually, is that? Let me zoom out a little bit on the tier list. Okay. All right. Invited homie. He's at work. When you see this later at work, I hope that you enjoy the tier list that we have here for Iron Man. All right, so I'm excited for the Iron Man tier list that we're gonna do, guys. If you guys are watching this, basically what we're gonna do is a tier list debate here with chat. So we are also let me know chat if you can hear me because I'm still not sure if anyone can hear me. But basically, we will be ranking all of Iron Man's cards right here from the core set, and we'll determine, where each card goes, if it's in like the S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, or D tier. And it basically like the middle line is going to be the B tier, better than aspect cards. And we'll be ranking every single card. Chat will take a turn, and I can move chat's ranking up or down one, and I'll take a turn, and they can move my ranking up or down one. J Venom says round two. Yes, this is round two. By the way, you can hear me, right? Just making sure. Um, yeah, it is evening time right now. I wonder if this is better for you guys. I did promise you guys I would do an evening stream, so we'll see if this works out more for more people. Awesome. Glad you can hear me, J Venom. Welcome to chat, KC Porter. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know that it sounds good. I wonder if there's a way for me to find out, like myself, if the sound is good. Um, but yeah, I wonder, let me see. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. I want to actually see if like you guys have an idea for how to have chat pick one of these cards here. Cause like usually I just like leave it for chat to like name a card. But if you guys have any ideas, let me know how I can get chat to pick a card kind of like fairly. Cause I would just do a poll, but the polls only allow, 4 votes, which I am not a fan of. I wish we could do like unlimited amounts of poll options, because then I could just do that. But yeah, Iron Man I think is gonna be an interesting one. If you guys don't know how his kit works, I really love his kit because it's really grown with how we got like newer cards in the card pool. Because the way that Iron Man's cards work, it's like the more tech upgrades that you have, the bigger his hand size is. And also, whenever he has the aerial trait, he gets kickers on a lot of his cards, right? So like it's cool because like there's other cards synergized with aerial trait, and then there's other tech upgrades versus like a lot of other heroes. Like we would look at like Ironheart, she works with progress counters. No other like aspect card works off of like progress counters. You look at like another hero like a form changing hero, like let's say like Vision, you have to be in solid form or your intangible form. And then his cards, if you're in whichever form, he has a different effect. But no other like aspect cards synergize all of that. So it's really cool that Iron Man has like protection, like tech upgrades or like other tech upgrades or other aspects. And it's cool that if he has Aerial, he can get the kicker off a lot of the cards there. Jay Venom says, let's start with War Machine and get him out of the way. I think that's totally fair. I think I'm gonna have a poll here for chat, and I'll just ask if you guys want to rank War Machine here. Welcome to chat, Monolutico. First time in a live of yours. Yeah, I think it is the first time I'm seeing you here. I've seen you a lot on my channel for like several years. Actually, I haven't been around for several years, but yeah. Casey Porter says, let's do Hawkeye. Everything in the trash. Oh man, would all Hawkeye's cards go in the trash? The thing that, oh man, like if we're doing the Hawkeye hero, it's funny because I don't know if any of his cards can ever go in amazing just because they require you to exhaust the bow, right? Like that means that there's already an extra cost to the card. So if the card was amazing, like an arrow event, like I don't know, one of his arrow events or whatever, like you have to also exhaust the bow. So like we have to keep that in mind whenever you value the card. So I don't know. I mean, actually his ally Mockingbird, I think is probably at least amazing. She's a very good ally. If you guys don't know what the Mockingbird identity specific ally for Hawkeye does, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points, 3 cost, and whenever Hawkeye would take damage from an attack, she can block all the damage. So that's actually very good. Let's see. Okay, let me start a poll here real quick. If you guys want to, J Venom says we should do War Machine. So for chat's first turn, do you want to rank War Machine? Let's see what you guys think about that. Let me see. Let's see. Celtic says stuck on a work thing, but we'll try come back later. Yeah, man. Yeah, totally. Feel free. Prioritize work first. You don't want to get in trouble like me. Stupid work. Yeah, work is stupid. J Venom says Mockingbird is dope. Yeah, I think Mockingbird's pretty good. Monolutico says Arc Reactor must be S. I won't spoil it yet because it would depend on what chat says. We have 100% here voting yes. So I think we're just going to go ahead and rank War Machine. I'm going to let the chat or let the poll run a little bit longer. But yeah, let me know what do you guys think about War Machine. So J Venom said, let's start with War Machine, get him out of the way. Now, what do you mean by that? Do you think that War Machine, get him out of the way because he's so good? Or get him out of the way because he's kind of not that good, right? We're talking about this War Machine identity specific ally here for Iron Man. So let me know what are your thoughts about that, and I'll have a poll asking you guys where you want to rank him. If everyone votes for yes here for chat's turn. Curtis Iron Stark says, I can't stay off. That's okay, man. I appreciate you hopping in to chat to vote Pepper Potts and Arc Raider as S tier. Ooh, already. Okay, yeah, those are some very neat cards with awesome flair. Have fun, everyone. Thank you, Curtis, for dropping by. Yeah, maybe this isn't a good time for you guys. I'm not sure if this is a good time or not, but it seems like a lot of people aren't able to stay. Monoluco says yes because it's very easy to rank. Yeah, that's going to be easy start for us. J Venom says worst identity specific ally in the game. That's tough. The only one that I can think off the top of my head is I even forgot the name of the other ally. It is Valkyrie's identity ally. What is her name? Annabelle Briggs? Something like that. I don't remember. J Venom says probably not even close. Nova Prime might be second. Yeah, Star Lord's Nova Prime is Star Lord's identity specific ally. He's pretty bad too. Let's see. We have okay, yeah. So it's 80% of the votes voting for yes. So okay, I'm gonna ask you guys where you want to rank War Machine. We'll go ahead and end that poll, and let me start another poll here. So, how good is War Machine? So I'm gonna put A. A tier is the highest tier because only 4 options. In case you guys want to do D tier for this, because I don't think anyone's gonna rank S. But if everyone ranks A, then I'll have another poll asking you guys if you want to put in the S tier. But if you guys don't know what War Machine does, let me go over his card really quick. 4 cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 4 hit points. So he's very beefy. He has a action where you can exhaust War Machine and then deal him 2 damage. So he can do 1 damage to all the enemy characters. So like the action is cool because obviously he won't take retaliate, right? So it's kind of like pseudo range in that attack. But if you only have 1 enemy, then like you're taking 2 damage, you just do 1 damage to that 1 enemy, which is not that good. He can only use it twice, right? Because he has 4 life, so he does it 2 times. Like he goes away. His stats are pretty lackluster for a 4 cost ally, right? I would say 1 thwart, 2 attack, and 3 hit points is actually solid for 3 cost ally. But for 4 cost ally, having just 1 additional hit point is not worth the whole entire cost there. And this effect, I don't know if it's that good. J Venom says Annabelle Riggs. Thank you. Okay, so Annabelle Riggs. Yeah, I mean, she's pretty bad because she's only an RTU action. And Valkyrie, like, does not want to be an RTU that often. So yeah, I think that is also another like candidate for one of the worst allies in the game. Luiso says, by the way, do you have any tier list for hero-specific allies? I do not, but a couple people mentioned that the last stream, so I think I may have to do a hero-specific ally tier list soon, maybe for the next one, because I already promised channel members I will be doing the Iron Man rankings I have right here. So maybe we'll have to do hero-specific allies. It seems like a lot of people want to do that one. I'm just worried about how long that would take, so I kind of want to do that one off stream. But maybe I'll ask you guys if you wanted to see me do it like on stream with the tiers debate or just like a short review like off stream. Ritzy Rios, welcome to the chat, Ritzy Rios. War Machine fails the Squirrel Girl test. Yeah, it's like a weaker Squirrel Girl, right? Which is kind of funny, like some of their cards. Also, these tiers are perfect, as an average hero card should be better than an average aspect card. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, good stuff. Thank you, Ritz. Yeah, I really, really love this B tier here, like better than aspect cards, because like this is like the average here for like hero cards, and usually they are on a better curve than aspect cards. Jivenum says, so weird they made her an ally, not a support. Yeah, usually a card like that is almost always a support, right? We're talking about the Annabelle Riggs of Valkyrie's identity ally, because like it's something you can only use in Alter Ego, and then like her stat line's so lackluster, you don't ever want her to like actually like activate. So like you just want her, and then if you keep her there, right, she kind of clogs up an ally spot for like the rest of the game. So like that's I don't know, that's pretty annoying. I feel like normally they should have given Valkyrie like maybe like a identify Thor Al or something like that. That'd be a lot cooler. Mono Ludico says the worst of them all. Don't we have an F? No, no. I just have D tier as the worst tier, but I don't think I can argue against F tier for War Machine. Welcome to Chat Proof Rock. I was playing Iron Man last night. Once you get to turn 3, things get ridiculous. Yeah, I mean turn 3, depending on how much you set up, right? If you don't get a lot set up by turn 3, it's still a little bit slow. But if you get a lot set up by even like turn 2, he could really pop off. Okay, let's see where we have on the poll. Okay, a lot of votes changing right now. So yeah, it's been going on for 3 minutes. So I think I'm gonna end the poll here. We have 0 votes in A tier, so I'm guessing no one's gonna vote S tier either. We have 27% of the votes in B and C, and then we have 45% in D tier. So I'm actually a little bit surprised that, because based off the chat here, it seems like a lot of you guys would vote for Iron Man or for the War Machine ally in Iron Man's kit to go in the D tier, but less than half. So some people voted B tier even. So I love to see arguments for why he's in the B tier, for people that voted for that. And there we go. We have another vote in the B tier. Actually, I think the B tier needs one more vote to tie the D tier. So I may let it run a little bit longer just to see. But yeah, we have 33% of the vote now in B tier and 42% in D. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I, I I would love to see who voted B, guys. J Venom says Valkyrie card rankings are gonna be rough. Yeah, I don't. Do you guys want to see rankings for heroes like that, where like the majority of the cards are gonna go pretty low? But does Valkyrie have good cards though? I'm not sure if she actually has. Trying to think of her cards. Yeah, I mean, like her like weapon. I think it's called Dragon Fang. I mean, that one's actually really good, right? Um, Welcome to chat. I am JFD. Too expensive. I mean, with 5 effective resources. Yeah, so War Machine's 5 effective resources, like very expensive. There are so many things you can do. Yeah, B tier's hella trolling. I don't know if someone's trolling here, but if they are, then they aren't commenting. So yeah, okay. I think it's been. I mean, the poll's been going for a while here. So 46% here voting for D tier. I'm gonna end the poll, and we're gonna put War Machine here in the D tier. Chat voted with their first turn for War Machine to go in the D tier in the trash where he belongs. I agree with that, guys. I mean, not much of a hot take. I think that he is, one of the worst identity allies in the game where we're champions, if not the worst one. So I agree with Jay Venom there. I think Annabelle Riggs is in contention, but like at least she's a 2 cost ally that can like swing for one and throw for one, which is still more useful than being a 4 cost ally with like a such a terrible ability that like it's so niche. I think I've used it advantageously one time, and I really had to like set it up for it to like be like a lot of minions and stuff to like have to actually be effective. But yeah, I don't think he's that good at all. I think most of the time when I play War Machine, I'm either thwarting or attacking, probably attacking with the higher attack stat. But that ability, it's almost like having no ability. So like 1 thwart, 2 attack, 4 hit points, no ability for 4 cost is pretty rough. So yeah, I totally agree with you guys. I think that War Machine is not very strong at all. Okay, let me rank one here, and then I'll set a poll, and I'll ask you guys if you guys agree with that. If you guys want to move my ranking up or down. So okay, this is gonna be super easy. I'm gonna rank the alter ego side of Tony Stark. So if you guys don't know what he does here, he has 9 hit points, 6 hand size, 3 recovery. His action in alter ego is called Futurist. So as an action, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can add one of the cards to your hand, and then discard the other cards. So this is essentially like Captain Marvel, like Commander, where you can just draw a card because you're drawing that one card. But it's even better because you get to look at 3, so you get to pick which of the cards you want to draw. So you can actually like pick a double or something like that. That'd be really nice, right? You can pick one of his tech upgrades. And another really cool thing with this is like one of my favorite things to do, even though I don't often play that many decks with it, is with digging deep in White Fox. They officially rule that if a card is discarded off the top of the deck with Futurist, Tony Stark's alter ego ability, it counts as being discarded from the top of the deck, even though it's this card, like, while you're looking at those three cards. So you can actually proc digging deep, add to your hand if you discard it. White Fox comes into play if she's one of the cards that's this card as well. So I'm always looking to discard White Fox with that. So yeah, I think that this is easy S tier. Probably the best alter ego ability. No, I mean, oh, it's tough. Shuri's really good too. I think this is better than actually Captain Marvel. I think this is like strictly better than Captain Marvel's. Um, Cable is really good as well, but as a set ability, so maybe like as a action, I don't know. This is up there for me because I think like being able to essentially draw a card, but also you get to pick one of three, and the synergies with digging deep. Easy S tier for me, guys. What do you think? Let me start a poll here, and then I'm gonna catch up here with chat. So, uh, where would you rank the alter ego side of Iron Man? So we'll do S, A, and B. And there's only three options because if you vote, wait, no, there's only two options. Sorry about that. So you only do S tier. Okay, actually, let me reword the question here or the poll. So, do you want to skip chat's turn to move my ranking? And I'll just do yes and no. So basically, it's going to be an S tier. If you guys want to drop it, you guys can vote yes here on the poll. Do you want to skip chat's turn to move my ranking? Okay, yeah. So if you vote yes, that means that chat will skip their turn and then move the alter ego card here of Tony down to the A tier. And if you do that, then I get to rank another card. So we'll see what you guys say about that. Okay, let me catch up here on chat. Where were we on chat here? Okay. Robert, welcome to chat. War Machine can be good late game after you're all built out. Yeah, I think that's the one time that I was actually it will use his effect in a positive way. Because Iron Man has so much economy, he does not have much trouble paying for War Machine. So that's pretty nice. Monoludico says if War Machine is B, Vivian must be S. Vivian, do you mean the Vivian Identity Ally for Vision? I would argue a lot of people would put her in S either way. I think that she's actually solid either way. I don't know if she's S though, but like she's definitely solid ally. If you're talking about the basic Vivian ally, I mean she's pretty bonkers as well. I also don't know about S, but I think that she'll also be pretty high up. Proof Rock says I voted C. Okay, so War Machine and C. Why Proof Rock? I need to know. Are you trolling? I actually played War Machine one turn late game. I actually play War Machine one turn late game. So many resources and nothing to. Yeah, I find that I've done that too. Not using the ability of War Machine, right? But just playing him late game because there's nothing else to play. If I'm stuck with a bunch of resources, and like Iron Man has, that hands of 7 hero form late game. So I could definitely, but like it's just like I want almost any other card. It's just like I really have no other options to do. That's kind of the reason I'm playing War Machine there. J Venom says her cards are all just like okay. The whole package is terrible. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Valkyrie? Yeah, I think we're talking about Valkyrie. Yeah. Yeah, but like if her cards are good, that's pretty interesting. I wonder if there's heroes that like because initially one for us to do in the future will be Captain Marvel because Captain Marvel is a amazingly strong hero, but a lot of her cards are actually way under curve. So I would actually like be interested to see like her cards being like C tier, D tier, but then like her identity cards and like her hero, as a overall be like probably an A tier or S tier, right? So that's very interesting how that can happen. I wonder if it's the opposite where like maybe Valkyrie, is known to be a pretty weak hero, which I would agree with that. Maybe all of her cards are like way over curve. Probably not, but that'll be interesting to see. Let me see where I would chat. I am JFD. Robert, I mean it can be, but just end the game by then instead of using your entire turn. Yeah, true. J Venom says he was clearly made for Ultron, only there are literally only 3 scenarios. That makes sense. I probably did not think about it like that because I got the game so late, like during next evolution. But probably when there's only the core set, I bet a lot of people really liked War Machine. They're like, oh yeah, for that strong scenario in the game, Ultron, because we only have 3 scenarios. I mean, War Machine pops off. J Venom says, oops, J Venom says it's crazy how the core box has some broken cards like backflip and legal practice. Yeah, It's funny that's like that. All right, the poll's been going on for 3 minutes now. So you guys voted 7% of the votes no. You guys do not want to skip chats. Turn to my ranking. That's fair. It dropped 64. Maybe I'll wait like 10 more seconds here. But yeah, I think I respect you guys for respecting my vote here for Tony. Okay, so how do we decide which card you guys want to do next? Let me know down in the chat which card you want to do next. I think I'll do it like what I did for the first live stream, where like the first few suggestions, I'll make a poll and you guys can vote which card you guys want to rank as a chat, as like the chat team. I mean, all right. Mono Ludico says Tony's alter ego is better than Captain Marvel's, at least in true solo. Yeah. You know what? Good point. In multiplayer, Captain Marvel, I think that her alter ego ability is better than Tony's, right? Because being able to pass that Benjamination around, right? Like Commander, you can pick any player draw card. That's very, very nice. So yeah, in true solo, Iron Man is better, but in multiplayer, probably Captain Marvel takes the cake there. I am JFD. Best ability is Spider Woman. Spider Woman, her alter ego ability, uh, her alter ego ability, be able to look at one card, or you can double agent and play with two aspects. The two aspect thing is pretty nice. To look at one card, it's it's okay at times. I found it more often less useful than what I want it to be, but definitely double agent is very nice. Rissy Ryu says Tony Stark's ability lets him build a board with a bad mulligan and a hand. I read hand of crap, but I see you say a hand of scrap. Yeah, that's more the matter to Tony. He has a hand of scrap, not a hand of crap. But yeah. It definitely allows him to like fix his hand after you mulligan, and it's like still bad cards. Very, very nice. Because like, if you have like a bunch of resources in your hand, futurist, you can pick like an expensive card like a mansion, but you have like no economy, you probably want to get like that double resource, right? So yeah, definitely agree with that. Proof Fox says White Fox is an energy resource. Yeah, very nice in Iron Man builds. I would say A tier for Tony Stark, S tier is reasonable. IMJFD says Web Warrior. He did not mean S. He is saying exaggerate. Oh, S. Okay, so for Vivian, yeah. Okay, so if War Machine is rated as B, like the War Machine ally, then Vivian is S, not just S. Okay, I agree with that thing because I was saying like if it's just S, I mean that doesn't make sense. Like for War Machine to be B and then like Vivian's like bumped up like barely. But yeah, is that's six S's there? That's fair. IMJFD says for Vivian ally in comparison. Yeah, got it. Thank you for clarifying. J Venom says arc reactor. K Por says arc reactor. Okay. Oh, okay. We have 4 votes. Okay, I think everyone's saying arc reactor here. So let me just go ahead and start the poll here for arc reactor, and I'll catch up. So okay, chat's turn again here. And chat wants to rank the arc reactor. So how strong is arc reactor? S, A, B, and C. I'm not gonna leave D tier because I don't think it's gonna have any votes there. But if you guys think it's D, just let me know down in chat and I can do another poll. Yeah, so J Venom suggested arc reactor. K Porter also saying arc reactor. IMJFD says I can choose the next card. That's okay. I'll leave it to you guys. I think what I just do is just the first suggestion. I'll just have that one. I think that's the easier way. We did that for the second stream, and I think it went a little bit more smooth. Ritzy Ryu says out there that arc reactor. Robert says arc reactor. So cool. I'm glad that all you guys are agreeing for the arc reactor here. I'm JFD says I meant double agent. Yeah, it can do abnormal combos. Yeah, Spider Woman's double agent. Crazy good. Be able to use 2 aspects when deck building. Very good. And then look at one card action so. Yeah, I agree. That one's not that great. Welcome to chat, Epic Beowulf. I love this series you have been posting. I wish I could join more times. Your live stream is just that the hours don't work for you. Oh man, let me know what hours work for you. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I'm kind of like going all over the place, but eventually I want to like narrow down like a single time and just have it kind of be more consistent on like that time. Yeah, I think for me, I probably prefer mornings, but I could make an evening time work as well. But yeah, just let me know down in the chat, guys, if you guys like have a time that you prefer, because I definitely want to try to find a better time that works for everybody or the most amount of people. I'm JFT says, sorry, can you mention the ability card being rated? Sorry, dude. I apologize about that. So Arc Reactor. Okay. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a 2-cost upgrade. It is a tech upgrade for Iron Man, right? So with his hero ability here, he gets +1 hand sets for each tech card that or each tech upgrade he controls, an arc reactor is a tech upgrade that will count for that. And then as a hero action, you can exhaust the arc reactor to ready up Iron Man. So this is a hero action that you only do in hero form. So I mean, for me, it's an on-demand ready, which is very powerful. But obviously, you can't ready up your alter ego if you're exhausting alter ego. So but the fact that it's on demand is, if you want, you can still just store with Iron Man, right? And then use the arc reactor to ready it back up, and then flip back down to alter ego and exhaust recover. And that's what I usually do to recover with Tony Stark, which is why I actually feel like Tony Stark actually has pretty good recovery, thanks to his arc reactor here. So, yeah, pretty powerful card having that on demand ready, 2 cost. So, Epic Beowulf says, I prefer mornings for me, similar time like Nelson streams. Okay, and then he says, if not in the mornings, for me, it could be like D20 streams. Okay, so like D20, I think he does a little bit later, and Nelson, I think he does a little bit later than how I've been doing in the morning, but like also in the morning. Okay. Okay. Ah man, I prefer a little bit earlier than what Nelson does, and also I don't think I can do a consistent time as late as D20. Just because I have clients kind of sporadically like later at night because they come train after they go to work. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do the like later than this. Ritzy Ryu says, food for thought with arc reactor. Magneto's cape requires you to use magnetic pole to ready. Warlock's cape also requires you to use Adam's ability. It's an unconditional ready. Yeah, so it's they're all similar, right? Like Magneto's cape, Warlock's cape, and Arc Reactor. So let me first mention talk about Warlock's cape first. Warlock's cape, I just don't feel like Adam Warlock cares about readying, right? He has one Thor, one attack. I just almost never use like that base activation for something useful, right? I rather use it to get rid of a stun, right? Use it for like an action, like you have like a nasty building attachment where you have to exhaust to get rid of it, something like that. So I feel like Warlock's cape is just less value, but yeah, I mean, you have to use like Battle Mage to trigger it, right? For Magneto's cape, you have to resolve your magnetic pull ability. The thing is, it's actually happened before where like a specific turn where I don't want to use magnetic pull and I'm not able to use Magneto's cape to get them ready. And that's just like very annoying. Like, let me try to think of like a niche situation where that happens. Like, let's say, for example, I have like 3 cards in my deck or something, and I know for a fact that one of the cards in there is like, I don't know, a key card that I really want, right? Like let's say it's like, I don't know, the X Jet, right? So I know it's in there. I don't want to mill it. And I know that Magneto has no more magnetic cards in there as well. Then I'm like, okay, this turn I'm not gonna use my magnetic pool. So I'm not gonna mill out the X Jet. But then if I do that, I can't use Magneto's cape for the ready. So like, yeah, I agree. Like Arc Reactor, the unconditional ready is very, very nice. And I think that it's just straight up better than Magneto's cape. Okay, let me see. Oh, let me read one more here because you guys, Mario Luke was talking about the Arc Reactor. He says S tier, especially because when Armin is at short hand size, it helps with super urgent extra activations. And when he is at 6 to 7 hand size, the reactor becomes even more powerful. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Okay, so A tier here. We have only votes in the S tier and A tier. 40% of you guys voted S tier for the Arc Reactor, and 60% voted A tier. So poll's been going on for a minute, so I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna put the Arc Reactor in the A tier in amazing. Oh man, I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm surprised with it. I think I am kind of surprised. I think like in the back of my mind, so I haven't actually like ranked these myself, but I think I would say S, right? But let me think. Okay, so you guys think it's an A tier level card. I mean, ready is just very good. Unconditional on demand ready. Um, the thing is, I feel like A tier could be like an event that readies you, right? Like, isn't that also good enough to be an A tier? Um, so I don't know. I think I'm tempted to say this should be an S tier because like this also allows Iron Man to also recover, right? He can use his basic activation hero form to thwart or attack, and then ready back up with the arc reactor, flip down to Arc Eagle, and then get that recovery as well, right? So I'm gonna waste my turn here, guys. I'm gonna skip my turn, and I'm gonna bump the arc reactor up or down a tier, and I'm gonna bump it up a tier to the S tier. I don't think it's as good as Tony Stark's Arc Eagle here, but I think it's pretty freaking good. Yeah. Let me see what chat says here. Ed Beowulf says, "What do you do for a living, lawyer?" No, I'm a personal trainer, not a lawyer. I'm JFD says, "Yeah, unconditional, but Iron Man ready is usually 2-1-1 and doesn't synergize with other cards. Yeah, it's usually just a thwarting, but thwarting is the most powerful like basic stat, right? So being able to thwart for 2, ready up thwart for 2 again is like pretty nice in my experience playing Iron Man. Evan Beowulf says, for me, the one that readies you and it's the best of all of them is Magneto's cape because he can be 3-3. Good point. Yeah, because with Magneto's armor and you get all the kickers for all that, then Magneto is able to have a 3-3 stat line potentially, right? I just feel like it's a little bit inconsistent because I can't dictate which cards that I'm milling. And yeah, and then the reason that we talked about earlier with Ritzy Rios about the if I'm not able to use magnetic pull. So that's a good case for the cape though. I think maybe the cape is probably on the same level as the Arc Reactor then, because being able to get like the buffed up stat lines is obviously very nice. Ritzy Rios says never underestimate the double 2 Thor and Soul, especially early. Yeah, that's very good. Like getting this, 2 costs down, and then you can Thor for 2 twice right here. That's 4 Thor movement, very, very bonkers. Let me know down in the chat, guys, which card you want to rank this, because it's back to the chat's turn. Whoever just comments the first thing, I'm just gonna have chat rank that one. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Um, Slowen, welcome to the chat. There aren't Thor events in Iron Man's card, so Arc Reactor's S tier for him. Yeah, I totally get that too. Yeah, I mean that's really like right, like it's Iron Man's his helmet and the Arc Reactor is kind of like, or his helmet and his basic activation, right? That's kind of how he thwarts. So like the fact that I feel like he actually has very good thwart, it's really because of Arc Reactor and because of this, right? Because other than that, there's not much other thwart removal happening. It's just the allies, right? So yeah, I agree. Like having the helmet and the arc reactor, and then the fact that Iron Man feels like a very authority hero, like a very strong thwarter. I mean, it's got to be the arc reactor putting a lot of work for that. Ritzy Rios agrees that too. I'm JFG says, Ritzy, I agree early, but if it's not the one you play early, it's just okay. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I still think that it's very good late. Like it's still the one I'm looking for. When it's at the bottom of my deck pass arc reactor, I'm like, man, this is a unlucky gamble Iron Man here. I wanted to draw that a little bit earlier. Um, I'm JFD says, oh, he doesn't have Thor event. I might have missed that. Monoluco says yes. Monoluco says AR arc reactor is synergistic with Iron Man, also giving +1 handset. Yeah, true. Casey Port says Pepper. Okay, so chat's gonna rank Pepper Potts next. So let me start the poll here. Where do you want to rank Pepper Potts? And let me go through the card here for you guys. Let's do S, A, B, C. Okay, so if you guys don't know what Pepper Potts is from the core set, she's a 3-cost support card, and I believe she's a persona. And then she's a resource. So you exhaust her to use a resource here. And basically what she does is she generates the printed resources on the top card of your discard pile. And if you guys don't know about Marvel Champions, you're technically not allowed to change the order of your discard pile, right? So once you like spend cards and discard them, you can always look through your discard pile, but you can't actually manipulate the order. And that's because of cards like Pepper Potts, which interacts with direct, like the top card on there. So basically she is at worst at worst there are cards that don't have a printed resource on it, right? Like I think Band Together doesn't have one, right? So some cards kind of stink with her, but hopefully we don't use those cards with Iron Man. But all of Iron Man's cards have a printed resource here, like she's a physical, you have like a mental here with the Stark Tower, so she generates whatever that is. And if it's a wild, like a printed wild, she generate a wild resource, which you can declare to be any one, right? It is important that it has to be the printed ones, right? So if it's like a a mental, then you can't generate like a different resource. It has to be a mental resource. So that's kind of a restrictive. But the best thing with this is if you can get like a double resource in your discard pile, like let's say like a double energy. If you have like the energy resource card in your discard pile, Purple Pot generates 2 resources there. So super duper powerful. So if you're playing like Supersonic Punch here, you can just exhaust Pepper Potts, generate that double there, and then play Supersonic Punch. And one thing that I love doing with Pepper Potts is whenever I play her, if I have a double to spend for her, I'll make sure that the double is on top, right? So I spend 1 resource in a double, put the double on top of my discard pile, play Pepper Potts, and she can immediately generate a double back after you paid for her, which is like automatically a really good turn. So yeah. Let me see here. So KC Port also says Arc Reactor is also only 2 costs. Yeah, it's very, very cheap. Yeah, Pepper Potts is a little more expensive. Epic Beowulf says, no way, personal trainer. Awesome, me too. Oh, nice. But now I work in office. I'm an account for Amazon. You used to be a personal trainer too? That's cool, man. I'm an account for Amazon now. It's nice. Do you miss the personal training life? J Venom says he has a Thort upgrade. Yeah, J Venom's talking about Iron Man's Mark V helmet. This allows him to thwart. If you exhaust the card, you can remove one threat from a scheme. And if Iron Man has air trait, you can ping one threat off of every single scheme. Let's see. Ritzy Ryu says Pepper is a tough rank. I'll have to abstain from this vote. Haven't used her enough. Really? Okay. Ah, man. Okay, okay. Epic Bayo says Pepper is 100% better than the Reactor. Reactor is an A. Proofbox says when Pepper sees a double resource, heart eyes. Yeah, I am heart eye every single time I see a double with Pepper. Okay, so here's the vote here. We have 50% of the votes in S tier, 25% in A tier, and 25% in B tier. The poll's been going on for a little bit, so I think I'm gonna end it here. S tier for Pepper Potts. So I'm not gonna. I need to have another poll here because I need to ask you guys where you want to put Pepper Potts in the S tier, right? Like, do you want her right here? Do you want her in between the Alter Ego and Arc Reactor, or do you want her like number one in the S tier? So I just put it in the end for now, and then let me have another poll here asking you guys. Where should Pepper go in S? So I'll say top of S, behind Alter Ego, or behind Arc Reactor. Okay, let me see here. Sloan says, I usually prefer to find inventive. You're talking about ingenuity than pepper? Yeah, ingenuity is nice. The thing with ingenuity is that it can only be played if you're in alter ego because it requires a genius trait, right? So Tony cannot play ingenuity when he's in hero form. But once it's down, I don't know. Once it's down, so the thing is, ingenuity is very nice to hit the kicker for the rocket boots because rocket boots you have to spend a mental resource and exhaust it to gain aerial, right? So that's like a permanent rocket boots card. Pepper doesn't always generate the mental unless you have one in the top of your discard pile. So I can definitely see the case for that. And 2 costs is nicer than 3, obviously. But I think the potential to double for Pepper is very, very nice as well. Robert Buntrager says below the arc reactor. Casey Porter says also below the arc reactor. What do we have here? So okay, everyone's voting for behind the arc reactor. I think I saw a couple people say that it should go above the arc reactor. But yeah, so you guys have Pepper here just behind the arc reactor. Where did I personally put it? I think I would agree with y'all's ranking of a Pepper Potts being an S tier level card, right? She is like, in my mind, strictly better than Quinn Carrier. And Quinn Carrier is an amazing card, right? I think it's an A tier, an amazing card, like just a water resource generator. But the potential of being a double is just very, very nice, even though it's a little bit more restrictive in terms of its Pepper Potts doesn't always generate wild, right? It depends on what the top card of your discard pile is. But yeah, the fact that she can do a double, yeah, I think that she's better than Quick Hair. So I think that I agree with her in S. I don't know if I would put her in front of the Arc Reactor. I definitely put her behind the Alter Ego card of Tony Stark. Would I have it like this? I mean, either way, I'm not gonna skip my turn, so I'm gonna leave Pepper Potts here. But Arc Reactor, I think I'll keep the Arc Reactor above because of the synergy with Iron Man, because it's a tech card, right? So I think just having that is very, very nice. So I think, yeah, the Arc Reactor, I think is better than Pepper Potts too. So I think I agree with chat here for Arc Reactor being in front of Pepper in the S tier. Casey Porter says below arc reactor. Evan Baywolf says I do exercise almost daily, but I don't miss the payout. Accountant pays more. Yeah, I specialize in swimming, so I use a coach for a team here in my country. Oh, nice, nice. Monoluco says pepper with shawarma broken. Yeah, the triple resource. I've actually never actually used the triple resource shawarma because I never played the Mad Titans Shadow campaign. But one day I definitely want to try that. But yeah, if you can get a triple resource in Tony Stark's deck, very, very nice. Evan Beowulf says, what do you guys mean behind the arc reactor? Pepper is a resource generator. Not all heroes have one in their kit. Yeah, I think what chat means is that not all heroes have a on-demand ready as well. So I think like people are balancing like a 2-cost on-demand ready with like a 3-cost resource generator that can generate a double. And I think that I don't know, it's definitely close. I could definitely see arguments either way. But yeah, I think that people prefer the arc reactor a little bit more. So yeah, we have 60% of the votes here for behind arc reactor. So, and we have 10% of the votes on top of S actually. Okay, let's end the poll here, and then it is my turn, right? Yeah, chat just ranked Pepper Potts, so I get a turn here. Man, we only have S tier cards, like super duper strong cards, and trash cards, like D tier. Okay, let's keep the trend going. Let's keep the trend going. Okay, so it's my turn here to rank a card because chat just ranked Pepper Potts. I'm gonna rank the hero side of Iron Man. So Iron Man in hero side here, in his hero side, he has 2 Thor, 1 attack, 1 defense. And his hero ability is he gets +1 hand size for each tech upgrade you control up to a max of 7, right? His ultra hand size is always going to be 6, but in hero form, it starts out as 1. He has a 1 per hand size here. So, if you flip on turn 1 and you have no tech upgrades, your hand size is just 1. It could go up to 7, though. I'm inclined to put this in the trash. Is that a hot take? 2 Thor is very good. That's a positive, though, right? I think maybe C tier, because okay, let me think. So like, anyone that hates Iron Man or does not like Iron Man, the reason they don't like him is because of this hero set right here, right? This is like the main reason why some people say that he's weak. I don't think he's a weak hero at all, but a lot of people say that he's one of the weakest heroes in the game. It's because of this card right here, the hero side of Iron Man. So like, I think it's an interesting discussion if he's actually trash. Now, having the 1 hand size is obviously bad, but once you get 5 tech upgrades, well, he has a 6 card hand size, which is above average for hero forms, right? Like, that's the same as like Alter Ego's having 6. And when you get 6 tech upgrades or more, he has a 7 card hand size, which is a cap, right? 7 cards. So 7 cards is just bonkers. So like late game, he's like, super duper strong. Like having the ability to just have a 7 card hand size is like, the best. So I think situational. I think situations where I'm gonna put him. I think that, yeah, I think that that's a fair spot. I think it's not trash because in a situation where you get built out, he's good. In a situation where you need like Thor on turn 1, he can Thor for 2, which is obviously very good as well. So yeah, I think that would put him in situational. Definitely one of the weaker hero cards, but it can be powered up to be like the strongest, right? You just need those tech upgrades in play. So yeah, C tier for me. All right, let me start a poll here. And I didn't read any in the chat yet, so I'm gonna catch on that. I wonder if you guys are like blowing up right now. Like, why is it in C tier? So I'm see what you guys say. So where do you rank Iron Man's hero card? We'll put should I? Okay, let's leave out S. I'm gonna do A, B, C, and oh no wait no. You guys can only move up or down. I forgot. Okay. Do you want to move my ranking? Do you? Sorry guys, I keep forgetting to do this. I'll get this better the more that I do these live streams. Do you want to move my ranking for Iron Man hero card? Okay, so I'm gonna say yes, move up to B. No, move down to D. Or keep in. Wait, no, yes, move down to D. I mean, or keep in C. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. And then let me catch them on chat and see what you guys are thinking. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at? Let me see here. Oh, man. I cannot. Okay. I think it's Casey Porter going to Counter Heroes this year. I am not sure. I am not sure. I would like to go. It's a bit of a trip, so I'm not sure yet, though. Ritzy Roo says, hand fixing is a very powerful ability. For me, the alter ego ability is hard to dethrone. Yeah, for the alter ego side of Tony Stark. Consistency is the monarch of card games. Yeah, yeah, it's very, very nice. Very powerful. Casey Porter says, with Iron Man, especially, you get built out, you have plenty of economy. Yeah, true. Ritzy Roo says, S tier for Stark for Stark tier. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if Stark because a lot of his cards are kind of lower, but maybe it would depend where the other cards of his go. Carvito says, greetings from the Netherlands. Welcome to chat, Carvito. Greetings from America. Thank you for joining us. I am JFD says, whoa, Iron Man, it seems like he is an A tier hero if looking at his cards. I don't know if you guys have seen my rankings for heroes, but I actually think Iron Man is an A tier hero. I think that he's very powerful. I think that, his turn 1 setup can be mitigated enough to where he actually has a very consistent win rate, in my opinion. against every scenario, including Ronan the Accuser. So I think Iron Man's actually very powerful. But no, I think that's not the majority take. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll ask you guys at the end where you rank Iron Man as a hero in terms of his power. Epic Beowulf says, but the ready, he only has one attack. So the ready is not for a Thort, it's basically just remove a tough. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. The ready is also very nice for getting allowing him to exhaust to recover though, right? It's a hero action, so you have to ready up a hero form, but then you can flip down to alter ego, readied up so you can exhaust recover. So for thorting and recovering, it's nice. Other than that, I agree, it's just picking off toughs, right? Mono says hero side is so controversial. Yeah, it is, right? Like I didn't think it'd be so crazy. I wonder what you guys are thinking about that. Evan Babel says Iron Man hero card is in B tier. Okay, that's fair. I'm JFD says C or D tier is fine. I like Iron Man, but he's mid strength. Talking about the hero card, or talking about the hero itself, like overall. Mono says no other hero in the game can reach 7 handsets. That's true. Like the 7 handsets is crazy. 6 is already crazy with the Sorcerer Supreme, but 7 is insane. Casey Porter says C, so agreeing with me. I'm JFD says put in D so it can only go up to C. That'd be funny. What do you guys? So far, no one thinks it's in D. We have 0 votes in trash, so no one wants to move my ranking to D tier. 45% of you guys want to move my ranking to B. So 45% of you guys want to bump it up one. And then 55% of you guys want to just agree with me and keep in the C tier. Okay, so I'll let the poll run a little bit longer. Let's see, where am I at? Robert Bunchager says A tier for me, he gets up to 7 hand size. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Like, that's why I wasn't sure if you guys would want me to put like a S tier. Actually, well, I put in C, so you guys can't move it. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's capped off at B, but we'll see if you guys vote for B. Yeah, I can. It's a really tough one, right? Because like late game, he's one of the best hero cards like ever, right? But I think I value that early game a little bit more, which is why I kind of put it a little bit lower. Carvito says, you draw 6 cards, and if you want mulligan and take another 6, you can see 12 cards. If you have a lot of tech cards, there's always a chance you are ready in max 2 turns. Yeah, true. You can definitely take a rough mulligan, like mulligan all your cards, like a harder mulligan, and then like see more cards. Ritzies, and on top of the 12 cards that you can potentially see, you can futurist see 3 more cards, right? So it's 15 cards that you get to see with Iron Man. So I definitely see your point. Like that's kind of why I think he's not as weak as a lot of people say. Ritzy says C fuse correct, as I've seen people see that, get through it and solve the puzzle. Others see it and immediately hate him. It never clicks. Yeah, it is a great design. Like he's still one of my favorite heroes. Definitely still a top 10 hero for me to this day. He's always like is a hero I love going back to. I love playing Iron Man. Yeah. So yeah, great design. Pretty like divisive, right? A lot of people love him, a lot of people hate him. Evan Baywolf says, then you give me the reason. If his hero side is bad, then the rays from the alter ego are not that good. From the arc reactor. I mean, but the arc reactor gives him the ready on like the good part of his hero form, right? His hero form, the best part is that 2 Thort. So like being able to ready that is the same as being able to ready any other hero with 2 Thort, which I think is pretty good. Like most of the times, if I'm using a ready, like an on-demand ready, like with stick to itiveness, or like I don't know, what doesn't kill me. I feel like I'm usually using it to double Thort, or I find more value for double Thort than for like attacking. But also the being able to recover, I think is nice as well. Risuri says the raid from the arc reactor is good because it can help deal with a bad attachment, and access to 4th or on demand is fantastic. Totally agree with that. I've had so many losses because of being exhausted. Yeah, like a lot of cards exhaust you. Like what like the what's it called, wrapped in metal from Magneto. You have like exhaustion, like so many things where you need that ready for like whatever reason, right? So like even trigger hero action, rather exhaust and expend resources to like get rid of something nasty. Having it on demand ready saves you from all the situations. So very nice. Casey Porter says also arc reactor is good for recovery on 2 turns. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because on the next turn when you start off in alter ego, you can just get a free recovery, flip it to hero form, exhaust the arc reactor to ready back up, and you can throw for 2 right there. Evan Baywolf says, I'm not saying arc reactor is bad. I'm just saying Pepper should be above on the same tier. Yeah, so I mean, I can definitely see that. I think that I not mad. I think I initially kind of like in the back of my head thought Pepper would be above arc reactor, but after like looking at it and seeing what chat said, I think I kind of lean towards chat. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely both really good cards, and I'm not gonna be mad if chat voted for the arc reactor to be like worse than Pepper Potts. Okay, what's the poll here? Okay, so very close poll here, 46% to 54%, but most of you guys voted to just keep Iron Man's card in the C tier. So yeah, I'm gonna end the poll there. Let me know down in the chat, guys, which card do you guys want to rank next? The first chat that I see, like mentioning one of Iron Man's cards here, is the card that I'm gonna have chat ranked next. Okay. Ritzy Reese says you can replace Pepper with the Queen Carrier or an Avengers Mansion. You can't go on demand aspect ready outside of. Yeah, true. That's another good point too. Ritzy and Beowulf going back and forth here. Both of you guys making good points, but yeah, like Pepper can be replaced right with Queen Carrier or Mansion. I'll argue the mansion is better. Like the draw is better, obviously, but then like sometimes having a resource is better, and the double resource is, I think, almost sometimes even better than the mansion. I don't know. Pepper's definitely that's a really tough one there. But then obviously like they're similar, right? You can approximate Pepper Pots with the Queen Carrier or Mansion, and I played games with Iron Man where I don't actually play Pepper Pots because I already have the Queen Carrier and the Mansion down, and I just don't have the economy to get Pepper set out before I get the kill. But with the on-demand ready, I mean, only the pull aspect has stick to infinite, so that's a really good point there. Has anyone mentioned anything? Rissi Ryu says Supersonic Punch. Let's get any better on the board. Okay, yeah, let's. That's the first one. Evan Beowulf, sorry you said helm here, but Ritzy Ryu beat you here to the punch. So let me start the poll here. Where should chat rank Supersonic Punch? And let me catch up here on chat after I get this poll. So we'll do S tier as an option. A, B, and C. I don't think anyone's going to rank in D, but if all you guys vote for C, then I'll have another poll for that. Okay. Let's see where we're at. IMJFD says Iron Man is B. He is mid. Also, seeing how strong heroes can be, Tiger, Hulkling, Cable, Spider-Woman can do way more broken things like last turn. Yeah, I agree that those heroes are very powerful. I think all the heroes you mentioned, I think I would say they're all powerful, except for Spider. I don't know if I'm ready for a Spider-Man rant right here. Do you guys want to hear Spider-Man rant? Probably not. So I would agree that Tiger, Hulkling, and Cable are stronger than Iron Man. But I think Iron Man's actually stronger than Spider Woman. And yeah, I think that I think you're not giving Iron Man the credit he deserves. But yeah, I can see the case for him being in B though. It's definitely arguable. Mono Ludico says usually I reach 6 hand sets on turn 3, which is very A tier to me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with that. Yeah, I think that the moment that you get to 6 or 7, like Iron Man is already like popped off, right? Like those games are gonna be a lot easier, and that's part of why I think he's also A tier. Epic Beowulf says, I don't know. On my type of gameplay, I think I appreciate and value the economy more than readies. Economy lets me play more cards instead of using the hero's basic Thor attack or defense. Yeah, I think that's my playstyle too. I think that I also value the research generators over the readies. But I think for Iron Man, the arc reactor is also helping him increase his economy as well, right? Because it gets the plus 1 enhancement from being a tech upgrade. So like for Iron Man's case, I just have the arc reactor as higher. But I agree with you, and I think I have a similar playstyle to you as well. David says, "Hey, dude, glad to catch your live stream again. Welcome back to the chat, dude. I'm glad you're able to join us." Yeah, it's like so crazy to me that people are watching me live, and I'm talking to you guys right now in my real time. Crazy. Ritzy Roo says Supersonic Punch. Okay, yeah. So we're voting for that right now. Round the poll, you guys have 56% of you guys voted for Supersonic Punch to be an A tier, and 44 and B. Oh, let me read Supersonic Punch, guys. I apologize. Sorry, I am JFD. Supersonic Punch is this card right here. It's a 2-cost event for Iron Man. It's a hero action. Okay, so you can do 4 damage to enemy, but if you have the aerial trait, this attack will do 8 damage instead. So basically, it's 2 costs for 4 damage, or 2 costs for 8 damage if you have the arrow trait. So it's a tough card to evaluate because it has that kicker, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna say too much more about it. But yeah, if you guys don't know, Iron Man can also get the arrow trait whenever he exhausts the rocket boots and spends a mental resource, right? So this is an on-demand upgrade right here that he can exhaust, spend a mental, and he gains the arrow trait for the remainder of that that turn, right? So or that phase. So Iron Man will have the arrow trait, every single phase if you can spend that mental resource for this, and then the Supersonic Punch can do 8 damage with that. But if you don't use this to get the arrow trait, then Iron Man is only doing 4 damage with the Supersonic Punch. So, let me see. Ritsu says, "Can you remind us the effect of Supersonic Punch?" And okay, yeah, okay, cool. I didn't see this, but yeah, and how Iron Man can access the area. Thank you. Please keep me on point with that chat because I need to read the cards first before we go over them because I think you guys can't actually see them. And if I zoom in, I like lag like the entire screen, which will like kind of like slow things down for you guys as well. So please keep me on point with that. I apologize for not reading that earlier. Proofrex says Supersonic Punch is 3 effective resource for 4 damage or 4 effective resource for 8 damage. Swinging web shot. Uh, swing web kick is 4 effective resource. Yeah. So like that's a very interesting way to look at it, right? Because it is 4 effective resource for 8 damage, right? Which is similar to a swing web kick because you have to spend the mental kicker for rocket boots to gain aerial. So, however, I value it as slightly less than that because I find that with Iron Man, after I'm built out, I'm going aerial every single turn because I have a 7 card hand size, right? So I'm using that mental resource for rocket boots every single turn, and I need my my gauntlets to do 2 damage, right? Gauntlets, if you guys don't know, it does 1 damage on demand, and if you have air, it does 2 damage, right? You also can do the Mark V helmet, right? It removes 1/3 from a scheme, but you have the air trait, it removes 1/3 from every single scheme. So like I find myself going aerial with Iron Man like every single turn, after I'm built out anyways, and he has a economy to do that, right? With the 7 card hand size that we talked about. So like it's definitely I think 2 for 8 is like a little bit too low than what it would be. I think it should be maybe like 2.5 or like 2.3 for 8, something like that. If you need to spend that mental kicker. Uh Dream, welcome to chat, says rocket boots. Yeah, we can maybe do that one next. Ebba Baywolf says, I usually don't play around with the arrow trait with Iron Man. Really? For me, if I want to go arrow, I play Angel, who's easily one of my top 5 favorite heroes. Oh, that's interesting. But do you gain area for the late game for Iron Man here with the supersonic punches, or you just like ignore that entirely? That's very interesting. I'm not sure if I ever play Iron Man without like gaining area every single turn, especially in the late game. Ritzy Rio says, remember to chat that uppercut, the aggression attack event. Oh yeah, so uppercut here. Use 5 damage for 4 effect resources for a baseline aspect card. Yeah, yeah. I mean that card is not that good, but that is kind of like the regular damage for aspect cards, which is why swing web kick for chat voted that to be in the A tier here for Spider-Man whenever we did all Spider-Man's cards. Monaluco said, what makes this card great is that you can defeat a minion without flying, but can hit hard the villain when need. Yeah, that's very, very nice. I've done this a lot with Iron Man 2. Proofrock says, I actually put the punch, supersonic punch in B tier. It isn't as good as swing web kick. Monaluco says the versatility here. Yeah, so let me see what you guys have. You guys have 58% A tier and 42% the B tier, 0% voting for S or A or C, I mean. So yeah, I'm gonna end the poll here. You guys voted 58% the A tier. So I'm gonna put Supersonic Punch in A tier. And I want to comment about what Monaluco said here because I totally agree. Same thing with me. Um, so many times early game before Iron Man is set up, and maybe I don't even have the rocket boots down to gain aerial. If there's like a mid-range minion, like 3 to 4 hit points, Supersonic Punch is great to just spend those 2 resources to like knock it out, right? 2 resources to knock out a minion is very worth it, right? 3 ER. I think that's very, very nice. But late game, having these stack is also very, very nice as well to like do 8 damage, which is like good burst damage, right? So like this gives Iron Man his burst damage. Without this, I don't consider Iron Man to be an actually like a good burst damage type of hero. But with this, he is 2 for 8 twice. That's 16 damage, and he has on demand the 2 power guns that can do 2 damage each if you have aerial. So it's 20 damage there with just playing 2 supersonic punches, which I think is very, very nice. You can also play like a repulsor blast. Use basic activation on top of that to get some more damage as well. So yeah, very, very nice card in my opinion. A tier though, let me read what chat's saying here before I look more into it. So just as Iron Man, Dream says, just as Iron Man with Yaw and Rose are sick. Yeah, that's a lot of good authority. Evan Beowulf says, I usually ignore it, but I think I need a little bit of background. My favorite aspect is aggression, so damage is not a problem. I ignore it. The aspect is aggression. Yeah. Yeah, I think that aggression is also I used to like hate a lot, and I've grown to love it a lot more. I don't. It's fun doing like aggression builds that aren't rushed, but also like rushing has become more fun to me lately as well. So, yeah. What do I think about Supersonic Punch? I think I'm gonna leave an A tier. I think that's a good spot for it. I think that like the swing web kick, it's like way better than aspect cards. Right? It's not just aspect cards; it's above curve for that. 2 for 4. If it's 2 for 4, it just goes here, right? It's like better than aspect cards. But 2 for 8, like 2.5 ish or like whatever with the aerial trait for 8 is very nice. I always wish that Iron Man had 3 copies of this card in his kit. I think that would make him a lot better instead of having 3 Repulsor Blasts. But he only has 2 Supersonic Punch in his kit. So I think that's how much of an amazing card it is. It's a card that I want one more copy of instead of having the 3 of the Repulsor Blast. So yeah, very a good card here. I think I would agree with chat. I'm not going to waste my turn to move the ranking for Supersonic Punch. Okay, let's rank another card here. So it's back over to my turn. Let's do what should we do, guys? Let's do the Mark 5 armor. Mark 5 armor. So this is a 3-cost upgrade. Very simple ability. You get plus 6 hit points. So you just build your hit points for 3 costs. Now endurance is a basic card. It does 1 cost and you get plus 3 hit points, right? So this is less efficient than endurance, right? Because endurance, if you multiply it by endurance is 2 ER for 3 hit points, and this is 4 ER for 6 hit points. So actually, it's like on a curve, right? So yeah, I don't know. I think that I put this in A tier. I put this in A tier. I put this in A tier, and the reason why hit points are just so valuable, and at worst, if you're at 1 life and you play this card, you don't have to heal anymore, right? It's like a free heal in hero form, right? You just pay 3 costs, or 4 effective resources, right? To like heal 6. I think that I could use this card in any hero's kit. I think it works for any hero. It's like a universal type of card. So I think it's better than what the aspect cards provide. 6 hit points is a lot of hit points as well. So I think I'm putting A tier and I'll put it behind Supersonic Punch. I think that also it's a tech upgrade. So like that's really nice. Should I bump it up because of that? No, I'll have it here for now and I'll see what chat thinks. But yeah, I think the Mark 5 armor getting 6 hit points is very, very good. So let me start a poll here and ask chat if you guys want to move my ranking. Does chat want to skip turn to move my ranking for Mark 5 armor? Yes, move up to S. Yes, move down to B. Or no, keep in A. All right. All right. Where are we at? Proofrock says Iron Man's flavor design is on point. Yeah, versatile and rich economy, but otherwise very weak without tech. Yeah, like I need to talk about the flavor of his cards more. Have we talked more about like Pepper Potts? What she provides for Tony? This is like so thematic. It's so awesome. Like that's such a cool card. The art graphic being read to him, that's nice. Just like the synergy with Tech and Ariel, I think it's also just super nice, right? And then like how he builds out with all of his tech cards, how he gets more hit points with this. He gets a hit point with the rocket boots as well. Just very thematic and like awesome kit. Like the flare is like peak design Iron Man. Epic Beowulf says, I don't play Rush, but I play very different from you. I don't like to control the board. I play with at most 6 to 7 upgrade supports, and the rest are events or allies. I see games where you have like 14 upgrade supports. 14? Do I have games with that many? I don't know. I feel like, I mean, there are with like Maria Hill or like Iron Man, but I feel like when I'm playing like Spider-Man, I don't think I have. I feel like I have 6 or 7 upgrades or supports as well. So maybe it depends on like which game you're watching and which hero I'm playing. But I definitely feel like it's different depending on which hero I'm playing. Dream says I have 16 decks pre-built. No, 16 decks built, and by far my Justice Iron Man is the most powerful in the meta gameplay. Yeah, Justice Iron Man, one of the classics, one of my favorites. Dream says Mark 5 armor definitely A tier. Like Webwar said, HP is super important. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys agree. What's the votes here? Okay, so we have 80% of the votes here saying to keep the Mark 5 armor in the A tier. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just end the poll here because it's been quite a lot of votes here already. So I think you guys are agreeing to keep it in the A tier. Awesome. All right, let me know down in chat which card you guys want to rank next. The first comment that I see is going to be the card that I rank, or that chat's going to rank with chat's turn, because chat decided to keep my ranking for the Marvel armor. I'm glad that I feel like chat's so agreeable with me versus like whenever I like do a video, I feel a lot of people disagree with like where I rank stuff, but chat is very agreeable, which is fun. So yeah, let me know what cards you guys want to rank next as chat. Mono Ludico says the armor is powerful because it provides Iron Man the chance to survive until built properly. Yeah, yeah, it's a card that Gives them just so much breathing room, right? Just being able to play it down, you get the plus one hand size as well. I mean, it just helps out a lot. Marco Ludico says boots. Okay, we're going with the boots next here, guys. So start a poll. How strong are the rocket boots? All right, so I got the poll going. Let me read the card here and be a good streamer. All right. Rocket Boots right here. This is a one cost upgrade for Iron Man. So it is a tech upgrade as well. So he does get the plus one hand size whenever he gets this in play with this hero ability. As a hero action, you can exhaust the rocket boots and spend a mental resource to give Iron Man the air trait until the end of the phase. So this is very useful for all of the kickers, for like the supersonic punch, and for the power gauntlets, and for the morpho helmet. They all do a secondary better effect if you have the air trait for Iron Man. This also allows you to play aerial builds with Iron Man, right? So you can do stuff like dive bomb, you can do stuff like ever vigilant, like aspect cards that only you can play if you have the air trait. But the rocket boots give Iron Man that. Iron Man also has 2 copies of the rocket boots in his kit. And if I forgot to mention, you also get plus 1 hit point from each one, right? They also give you that plus 1 hit point, which is pretty nice, right? So you just play one down, you get plus 1 hand size and plus 1 hit point, which is pretty good for Iron Man, actually. Maybe I need to stop saying stuff like pretty good because I don't want to like bias chat and influence stuff. But let's see where the poll is going. We have 57% in the A tier and then 29% B, 14 C right now. Okay, Mono Lugo says the armor is powerful because it provides. Oh yeah, all right, sorry, I read that. Okay, so Doc7, welcome to chat. Says Pepper Potts is S plus plus plus. She is. I think you could definitely make the case for her being S plus plus plus. But like, don't you think the arc reactor and Tony Stark's alter ego side, they're also S plus plus, right? Like they're like this is one of the best alter ego sides of in the game, right? I think definitely top 5, if not like the best. You can make the case for it being the best. And then the arc reactor, I'm on demand, right? Like this is insane. Like 60 Infiniteness is an amazing card that works for so many heroes. So I know a lot of heroes would just love to have arc reactor. And for Iron Man, it's even better because it's a tech card here, right? So I agree though. Pepper Potts, I mean, better than Queen Care, like strictly in my opinion. I think that she's arguably better than Mansion as well. So Pepper is also like up there. Like she's one of the best research generators in the game. So definitely agree that she's top tier. Evan Beowulf says, Spider-Man from you, Aunt May, Queen Carrier, Helicarrier, 2 web shooters, Ingenuity, 4 to 5 more depending on aspect. Sorry guys, I got a cough coming up. For how much I built out with Spider-Man. Okay, we got Aunt May, Queen Carrier, Helicarrier. I used to not play Helicarrier a lot with Spider-Man, but I'll count it here. So we got Aunt May, Queen Carrier, Helicarrier. We got the Mansion, and we got Ingenuity. That's 5, and then 4 to 5 more depending on aspect, and then 2 web shooters. I don't always have the web shooters. I think I've went many games where I don't play them, and I don't know. I mean, in leadership, I got Triskelion, probably the Web of Life and Destiny. In Justice, I got like 3 beat cops, so yeah, I can see that. Um, I don't know. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't know. If it's 4 to 5 more, but maybe. Dream says Pepper Potts by far best Iron Man kit card. Yeah, I've seen a lot of you guys probably. Maybe I'll like have another poll because maybe the chat it's like different now. You guys want to? Wait, no, we can't go. Sorry, guys, we can't go back and move stuff. Whenever something is finalized, it's done. I had a poll asking you guys if you guys want to move Pepper Potts up or like above the Art Reactor and the Alter Ego. You guys wouldn't know. So whoever was there at the time wouldn't know. We have to honor that. Proofrock says boots are tough to rank in isolation. I say C tier. In context of the hero, A tier. Tier for rocket boots is dependent on how your deck is constructed. Okay, yeah, both good points. Let me see here. Where is the poll? Okay, so we're tied here in the A tier and B tier, and 20% in the C tier. So actually, if it stays tied here for the A and B, I'm actually gonna have you guys put the rocket boots in the B tier because since there's 20% of the votes in C tier, that's like 60% of the votes want to vote for the rocket boots to be B or lower. So I think that that's a fair spot to put it in B here, if the poll doesn't change right now. So like, what's my? Let me talk about the rocket boots a little bit. So I'm gonna just say what I think because I think that it's iffy enough to where I'm not gonna move y'all's ranking because I can see it going in like, A, B, or C. I think that if it's just a card for any hero, Like you get plus 1 hit points and you have a chance to gain aerial. I think that's better than aspect cards. I think that it goes in a B tier at worst because it's, I mean, you get plus 1 hit point and have the chance to gain aerial, which means that you can now play aerial cards from any aspect. I think so many heroes want that for the aerial synergy, right? Like if a hero wants to ray up a lot, having the rocket boots to be able to play on Ever Vigilant, I think is very nice. So like I can see any hero, like even like Spider-Man would like this card as well, right? Because then he can do some aerial shenanigans, right? He can do dive bombs, stuff like that. So like, and it's kind of the matter too, right? You can give like rocket boots to like any hero. So like I think it's strictly better than an aspect card because the possibility to gain aerial, um, and you get the plus 1 hit point. So like the plus 1 hit point, I think is also nothing to scoff at as well. I think it helps manage his card. I think without the hit points, it's probably like situational, if not trash. But like getting the plus 1 hit points isn't useful for it. So I think I'll put in a B tier. But yeah, so we have 33% of you guys voting A, 50% in B tier now, 17 in C tier. Yeah, so I'm putting it here in the B tier. I think that's what chat wants for Rocket Boots, and I definitely agree. I think that yeah, I don't think I think even for Iron Man, it's probably even better because it's a tech upgrade. It's like the cheapest one, right? So one cost to increase your hand size by one. So I think that's where a lot of people are probably voting A tier, and I can see that as well. It's tough because it depends how you're valuing the card. Is this card like, are you valuing it like for Iron Man or like just a card in general, right? I think that you can kind of take a mix of both. But yeah, I can definitely see the case for it being A. Uh, Proofrock says, oh wait, no, I read that, I think. Let me see. Everybody will says, haha, you usually play around 8 to be fair. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think not that much all the time. In some games, I've noticed some games I'm playing like a lot less, especially if I have like corset only. And some games, like if the villain like rips all my upgrades and supports off, I have some less upgrades and supports in play. Monaluca says, aside from War Machine, the boots are my least favorite part of Tony's kit because the other copy of the card isn't useful except for reaching that max hand size soon. Yeah, also the plus 1 hit point is not bad. I do like that occasionally. So let me end the poll here. I think chat has agreed for B tier for the boots. Okay, so I agree with chat's ranking. So it's backward to my turn here. I can rank one of these cards, and I can have a poll here for the last 3 cards here for what chat wants to rank. So which card should I rank, guys? We're running out of cards now. I'm gonna go on a huge rant here. I'm gonna rank the Repulsor Blast. So Repulsor Blast is Iron Man's other event. It's a 1 cost event. It's a hero action, so he only plays in hero form. You deal 1 damage to enemy. Then you discard the top 5 cards of your deck. You have to do all 5. You cannot like. There's no like up to 5 like out of Warlock where it's like up to 4 something like that, right? There's no like, oh, you may be able to do this. You don't have to, right? It's you have to discard 5 cards, and then for those 5 cards you discard, for each energy resource that's printed on any of those cards, you can do 2 additional damage to that enemy, right? So at worst, it's 1 cost event, 2 effective resources, right? Because you have to actually play the card from your hand to do 1 damage. That's the worst it can be. So that's terrible. At best, I mean, it has to be printed energy. So with Iron Man, I mean, Iron Man's kit, you can only put the double resource as energy, and you get all energies elsewhere. So it'll be 4 single energies and then 1 double. So that'll be 6 energy resources times 2 is 12 plus the 1. So it could do up to 13 damage for 1 cost, which is bonkers. It can mill your deck, so it synergizes with Digging Deeps, and it synergizes with White Fox, who is energy resource. So that's a nice thing. However, Iron Man wants mentals, right? Because like he wants to be able to gain the mental or gain aerial with the rocket boots. And Moon Girl is a great ally for him because she's a genius. Or because he's a genius. Well, she's also a genius, but yeah. So like Repulsor Blast for me, I almost feel like it's trash, but I'm putting it in Siege. I think that's a more fair spot. I put it behind the Iron Man Hero card. This card that I went several Iron Man games without playing, and it's a card that I definitely don't deck build for. I think you can deck build for it, but even then, you still need some good luck to like hit that because Iron Man has non-energy resource in his kit, right? Like if the Repulsor Blast itself was energy, that'd be so much nicer, but it's a freaking physical resource for some reason. So, like, even when it discards itself, you don't get the kicker for itself, which is like, why isn't the Repulsor Blast funding itself, right? So, yeah, I am not a big fan of this card. This is like one of the weakest cards in Iron Man's kit, in my opinion. I wish this was something else. Like, this could have easily been something better for me. I would like a lot more. However, the flair of the card, it's peak. Like, it's super fun playing, even though I don't play a lot. But I do try to get wins on it sometimes, and then it like always disappoints me. And I do like 3 damage. I'm like, man, I did 3 damage, but it's probably because I don't deck build for it. So yeah, I think that might be a hot take. So I'm gonna see what you guys think about that. Let me start a poll here. So if you guys want to move my Repulsor Blast ranking up or down a tier. So let me see. Do you want to skip chat's turn to move the Repulsor Blast? Yes, up to B. Yes, up or down, I mean, down to D. I feel like a lot of people love it, so I feel like a lot of people are going to vote to skip their turn to move to B, but we'll see what happens here. Okay. We have Dream says, well, you can only really value the rocket boots in context to Iron Man, therefore higher rank. I think that's fair. That's fair. I can see it in A for like the extra hand size as well. Like, but at that point, like, are all of his techs just going to be A or above because they're giving that hand size? Honestly, that's fair as well, right? Like getting any +1 hand size is very nice. But once you have enough tech upgrades in play, like if you have like energy bears and other stuff to already reach the 70 card max, then like they do less than that, right? So I think it's arguable either way. Mono Ludico says Repulsor Blast to me is simply a 7 to 9 damage card. And of course, a deck. Okay, that makes sense that you deck better for it. Do a 7 to 9. I think for me, it's usually a 3, 3 to 5. Yeah, like it stinks because I usually still have a decent amount of energies. I just never hit it for some reason. It's like one of the things that I like hit the least. And you guys can see that from my playthroughs on the channel. I hit those so like even if I have like 50%, like 20 cards or like energies or more, I still feel like I hit 3 on the Repulsor Blast, which is like or like 1 energy resource, so only does 3 damage, which is like terrible. Um Let me see. An energy blast with a punch resource is so weird. Yeah, right? Like it should be energy itself, because then that'll be 3 more energy resources for Iron Man. Like that's I think they missed the mark with that. That should definitely be an energy resource on that card. It has to be printed too, which is really annoying. So you can't use wilds for it. Last night I played Repulsor Blast with 2 cards on my deck. It was such a waste. But I had 3 resources available and no other cards to play, so it 3 damage. Not that bad, but not that great. Oh yeah, I also need to mention the official ruling with how discarding works with the Repulsor Blast. So in March James, if you're drawing a card, right, like let's say you have 1 card left on top of your deck. If you play Nick Fury and you choose to draw 3 cards, you draw that 1 card, then you do yourself an encounter card for decking out. You reshuffle your deck back in your discard pile back into your deck, and you draw those 2 more cards because you're drawing a total of 3 for Nick Fury, right? For the Repulsor Blast, if you have 1 card left on top of your deck and then you play it, well, you mill it, and then you see if it's like an energy or like whatever to do extra damage. You get dealt the encounter card, you reshuffle your player discard pile back into your player deck, but you don't discard any more from your new deck. Discarding stops the moment that you deck out. So that's a weird ruling. So there's so many times where I have a Repulsor Blast that I actually want to play it, and then I have like 1 or 2 or 3 cards left in my deck, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna get full value out of it. Like, there's no way because I can't discard 5 cards. So like, I'm down. Like, do I even want to play it? So yeah, I definitely been in the exact same situation that you've been in, Proof Rock, and sucks. It definitely sucks. I think that's more case of why I'm not a big fan of it. Let's see what they ooh, we have it's 50, it's tied right now. So is chat gonna skip their turn to move their poster blast? We have 50% of the votes, yes, move up to B, and no, keep in C off 50%. So I'm gonna let the poll run a little bit for a tiebreaker. But yeah, that's interesting, guys. Ooh, it's very, very close. Um, Let's see. Yeah, exact same experience as Proof Rock. I've had that so many times. Dream says, so in my opinion, which might not be the consensus, Repulsor Blast is S tier because of how I've constructed my deck. I use a lot of cheap Justice Energy cards, Turn and Tide, Foil, Yarn. I love Foil with Justice Iron Man, Emergency. Yeah, Emergency with Iron Man is crazy. Yeah, I mean that's throwback to the core set. And it works because you're an RT go a lot, right? Yeah, that's I don't know if I can see an S, I mean, um, that's tough for me to see. But I think that if you really, but then like, what about the physical resource of like the Repulsor Blast itself? What about like the physical here with the Mark V helmet? Like, what if you're discarding like these good cards that you like Pepper Potts and stuff, right? Um, Unless like all your events other than Repulsor Blast itself, are energies. I feel like it's tough. Monaluco says, even doing 5 damage, which is pretty achievable, is extremely good return for 1 cost. That's true. That's true. I do think that I don't like the discarding part of it though, right? I think like discarding 5 cards, 1 for 5, makes the 1 for 5 feel less good. Like if it was just always 1 for 5 without any discard, I think it becomes I think it's minimum A for me, actually. Um, or maybe even better than A, right? 1 for 5 is just like bonkers. Okay, the poll's been going on. There's been a tiebreaker. You guys voted to move it up to the B tier. So you guys gonna skip the chat's turn to move my ranking here. I don't know. This is the first time chat has actually moved my ranking. So yeah, chat wants to move the Repulsor Blast here up to the B tier. So this poll's been going on for a minute, for like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna end it here, and I'm gonna ask you guys, where do you want to put the Repulsor Blast? Should Repulsor Blast go like where in the B tier? Go in front of Rocket Boots? Yes and no. Okay. Did I spell Repulsor wrong? No, I did. Okay. Let's see here. Do 5 damage. Yeah. Very rare to have a blast that does less than 5 damage. That combined with Supersonic Punch and Iron Man can do massive damage in close-out games. Yeah, I can. It's just for me, it's very rare to have it do more than 8 damage. But I think it's probably with the way that I deck build my Iron Man decks too. It seems like a lot of people are agreeing that the Approach Blast should be better. Monoluco says, I'm with Dream. To me, it's S. Okay, okay. If your deck is constructed for Repulsor Blast absolute value Tropolis. Yeah, I actually want to have another vote for you guys. Where would you rank the Repulsor Blast if it were up to you guys, if it was up to chat? So maybe that's just me, like, the reason why it's so low is because you guys can only move up 1 tier. Should Repulsor Blast go in front of Rocket Boots? Yes, 86% of the vote, guys. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna end it there because I think, like, yeah. So we're gonna put a top B tier. Since I ranked Repulsor Blast in the C tier, and chat skipped their turn, the highest you can do is rank at the top of B tier, which you guys did. So I'm having another poll here. Where would you rank their Repulsor Blast if we're up to you? So where would you naturally rank Repulsor Blast? So I'm the odd man out here for this one. S tier, A tier. So unfortunately, because the way that we have the format for this game, this is the highest that the Repulsor Blast can go. But I am interested to see where you guys have this. We got 50% so far in the A tier, and it's moving a lot with the votes here. DM Tip, welcome to chat. Repulsor Blast is really solid in like a multiplayer Justice deck where you can use other cards to control threat for the team while you build up, but can push your team's damage and like yeah, I can totally see that. Proofrock says, I was playing Protection build for energy resources last night. I want to try other aspects. Protection just has so many great tech cards and a lot of energies as well. It's playing easy mode. Yeah. Protection Iron Man. I liked Justice Iron Man more than Protection Iron Man for like the longest time. But the moment that, because I still prefer the Alter Ego, which is why I have like the Alter Ego side ranked so high, right? Because I think that that's still like the way to play Iron Man. Like using his Alter Ego to like trigger Futurist and like get built out while managing threat. But the moment that Protection came with Ready for a Fight, now he's got all the tech upgrades in Protection and he has the Alter Ego access with Ready for a Fight. Protection is like the aspect now for Iron Man. Like I think even more so than before because of Ready for a Fight. So yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. Like playing the Ready for a Fight allows you to end your turn in Alter Ego, draw back up to 6, and then like you can flip it to hero form and take the attack instead of letting the villain scheme on you, which is fine. Then you flip back down to Alter Ego and heal back up. So even on turn 1, Ready for a Fight is pretty good with Iron Man. DM tip says low S tier or high. It seems like that's what you guys are voting right now, to be honest. Mon Lucas says Donald Ally guarantees +2 damage. Donald Ally. Oh, yeah. The leadership ally where you can manipulate, you can like swap a card from your hand with top of your deck, I believe. Yeah, that can guarantee you get that energy there. Dream says, so I would rank it A tier only because you have to construct your deck around its resource requirements to maximize value. I would rank the Repulsor Blast A tier. Yeah, personally S tier, but I'm sure your objective is A. Yeah, that's that's fair. Thank you for being more objective on it. I think if I would be more objective, I think that it's higher than where I put it in the C. I think that I kind of devalued it, put in the C tier here because like one one for 3 is like that's better than aspect cards, right? Like 1 for 3, right? And like 1 for 5 is like a lot better than aspect cards. So like, yeah, I think B tier is probably where I would naturally put it. So I don't mind, yeah, because even though I put it in C, I apologize about that, guys. But now you guys have convinced me that it belongs in B, even though you guys like put it to B yourself instead of me putting it in B. But yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so it says, man, 50% of you guys actually want to be in the A tier and 12% in S. So yeah, it seems like I'm off with this one. And I think I agree, you guys, that I devalue the Repulsor Blast a little bit more. I just have like a gripe with this card. I thought I was being objective by not putting it in D, but yeah, I think that B and A is a good spot for it, to be honest. Okay, Dream says, but again, if you build your deck for it, holy moly, value card. Yeah, yeah. If you build your deck with the energies, it's even more value. Okay, so it's backward to my turn because chat skipped the turn here to move my ranking of Repulsor Blast from C to the top of B. So I get to rank another one of these cards here. So I'm gonna rank the Power Gauntlets. Power Gauntlets is a 2-cost upgrade for Iron Man. He has 2 copies of this card in his kit. As a hero action, you can exhaust it and do 1 damage to enemy. So basically, you just have the on demand forever. Every single turn, you just exhaust it and do a damage. This is an attack though, because it has that attack word there. So you actually take high damage, which stinks because I would think with the Power Gauntlets, right? You're like ranged, but I think range was not introduced in March damage yet in the core set. So yeah, you take retaliate from the Repulsor Blast, which feels really bad if you do take it because it's only 1 damage for 1 retaliate, right? This is amazing though to knock off Tufts and just extra damage, especially because you have 2 of them. If you have the aerial trait though, this doesn't just do 1 damage, it does 2 damage. So that's bonkers. Like having it on demand, 2 damage and 2 copies, so it's 4 on demand damage every single turn feels really nice. If you can spend that mental resource to get area with the rocket boots, right? So build out is really good. Where do I put this? I think it goes A tier minimum. Oh man, is this better than Supersonic Punch? I don't think it's super duper strong. I think it's amazing. I think it's either in front of Supersonic Punch or behind it. Is it in front or behind, guys? I don't know. I don't know. Let's put it. Dang. Let me think. Do I like? I'm gonna put it in front. I'm gonna put it in front because I feel like early game, it's really nice. To just be able to ping off damage. And I feel like when you're stunned, this is an auto stun removal, which is really nice because I get to keep my basic exhausted like Thort or Hero, like do whatever else. So it's just amazing to have this like Iron Man is one of the few heroes that I play in protection, and I've never included the Night Nurse or Dark Sinclair because I don't need those cards. Iron Man, when he's confused, I use a Morphic Helmet. When I'm stunned, I use the Power Gauntlets, and that just like pings it off. And I can still have extra ready on demand with Arc Reactor. So I think it's an amazing card. I think it's better than Supersonic Punch, which is also amazing. But yeah, the Power Gauntlets is pretty nice to do 4 damage every single turn. Dream says, "Oh man, I can't tell you how many toughness I pinged up with a glove." Exactly, right? It's a tough killer, right? It's like basically Iron Man like basically has piercing, right? This bit basically gives him piercing, right? He has like an on-demand piercing, which is like pretty crazy. So yeah, I think that's a lot of good value there. So let me ask the chat if you guys want to skip your turn here. So does chat want to skip turn to move Power Gauntlets? So yes, move up to S. Yes, move down to B. And no, keep in A. All right, I wonder what you guys think. And let me know if you guys think that Paragon should go below Supersonic Punch or like at the bottom A too. I do want to know y'all's opinions. Proofrock says they are great against Ultron drones. Yeah, yeah, it's an Ultron drone killer as well. Like anything with like minions like that, like just low minions. They're great against like the what you call it, those goblin minions. The goblin what are the weakest goblin? They're not goblin soldiers, but like those goblin thralls. I don't know. Those like goblins as well, right? Because like sometimes if they have like 3 health, and you swing for like 1 or 2, you just need like 1 more damage to like make it even, and these just help you even out, right? It's just nice to have that like 1 or 2 damage to help you make damage even, right? Like damage calculation for like a bigger minion with like 7 hit points. Well, you can just do 5 damage with like a few allies, and then like this can do the remaining 2 for you, right? It just helps you like have a more clean efficient like spending of your turn and how you want to do damage, right? So that's just really nice. Dang, 100% of the votes right now want to keep in A tier. So I'll let the poll running a little bit longer, but yeah, I'm glad you guys agree on that one. Let's see. Dream says gloves are top A tier card for sure. Definitely before Supersonic Punch. Awesome. Glad you agree with me on that one. Okay, so Chad has two cards left: the Stark Tower or the Mark V helmet. I think this poll. I think you guys want to keep Paragons in A. So I'm gonna end the poll here, and I'm gonna ask you guys to vote. What is the last card that chat is going to rank? Do you want to rank? Or I see. Let me see. Let me write that differently. Rank which card? So Stark Tower or the Mark V helmet. All right, we're almost done with the tier list, guys. Two more cards. So far, Mark V helmets. No, wait. Oh man, this vote is going crazy. Stark Tower. No, okay. Mark V helmets winning again. Okay, now it's tied up again. Okay. Yeah, yeah, so Stark Tower, it's a 2-cost support. Sorry, I think I froze there. But Stark Tower is a 2-cost support. As an alter, you actually only use an alter ego. You can grab the topmost tech upgrade in your discard pile and add to your hand. So very, very nice to grab those scraps that you like accidentally discarded for like whatever reason with like Futurist or like the Repulsor Blast. So it's nice to get that back. But late game is not that useful anymore. And remember, you cannot change the order of your discard pile. So it's just whatever the topmost tech upgrade is. And then for the Marfa helmet, 1-cost upgrade, hero action exhausted to remove 1 threat from a scheme, and 1 threat from every scheme if you have the arrow trade. So that's the two abilities of these cards here. And the man, it's still tied up here. Okay, it looks like it just got tied up again. Okay. Mark V helmet is leading the poll right now at 60% of votes. So I think I'm gonna have chat rank the Mark V helmet. Yeah, okay. So where do you guys want to rank Iron Man's Mark V helmet? And I'll probably end up ranking the Stark Tower unless I completely disagree with where you guys rank the helmet here. How strong is Mark V helmet? So I'll do S, A, B, and C. Let's see what you guys say. Oh, we got an S tier vote. We got a B tier vote going on. S tier, yeah. So yeah, it's a nice storing card. I think the biggest pro about it is that it can remove confuse for you. I think that's the main thing I use from it. I don't think it's as high value as the power gauntlets, even though thwarting is usually valued higher than attacking. Or damage, I mean, is just because it doesn't do single target removal. It does AoE threat removal if you have the arrow trait, right? So without the arrow trait, it just pings off 1 threat, which is great early game, right? As a tech upgrade to give you the +1 hand size and to ping off a threat, I think it's nice. Late game, the 1 threat isn't as useful anymore, and it's a lot better in multiplayer where there's a lot more side schemes in play. So definitely it's a card where, I think I'll probably bump it up a rating in multiplayer and drop it down in solo. Just in solo, if there's only the main scheme, you're just picking off 1 threat. You need at least one side scheme to like ping off additional threat. One thing that's annoying is that if there's a crisis icon, then obviously you won't be able to ping threat off the main scheme. You're just remove threat from like the side schemes because you can't remove threat on the main scheme, and it's like one thwart instance like all together. So Monalugo says very nice to get rid of confuse. Yeah. That's probably like isn't my most used. I think that might be my most used thing for this card right here, actually, just to ping off Tufts. DM Tip says 1 cost. Yeah, 1 cost is actually really good. I may have overlooked that, but that's very nice. Combined with your native Thor is solid in solo to clear most side schemes. Multiplayer value is huge in aerial. Yeah, getting that 1 threat off every single scheme when you're aerial is very nice. Dream says so. I think it's a C tier card. Truly situational. Great card if sides can get out of control, red skull, etc. Yeah. I'm not gonna say what I think yet, but the vote here is all tied up right now, guys. We have 33% S tier votes, 33% A tier, 17 B, and 17 C. So I think if it just stays tied up between the S and A, I'm gonna put in A tier because we have 17% of people voting in B and 17 in C. So that's 34% of you guys actually think it's below the A tier. So I don't think it can go in S tier because like the majority vote, even though it's not like, A, like it's still tied for A, and then a lot of people are voting under A. So I feel like that's a fair spot for it. I could be convinced to move it B due to this 1 cost. Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking at too. Like, and then okay, better than aspect cards. Like, is the Mark V helmet I think it is better than aspect cards, right? I think having a one cost, like a one cost on demand, remove a threat, that's pretty nice, right? Like maybe for a hero card, it's not like amazing, but I think for aspect cards, I think anyone wouldn't mind adding this to their deck, right? Just having that upgrade to be able to do that. And then the fact that it is like a tech card too, I think B is probably the lowest I would put it, but I can see a case for it in a um let me see. DM tip says beat cop is 3 costs. Yeah, yeah, right. Like this is like I guess if you look at it that way, right? This is better than a beat cop, right? Because beat cop sure you can like blow it up to like kill a minion, but it's 3 costs versus 1 cost. So like yeah, I mean, looking at that, it's strictly better. Like I think it has to go in the B tier at least. And then I can even see a case for it being A. I think just for Iron Man's kit, because of his Thorn with his like his Thorn stat and then having the arc reactor, it feels like it's not as necessary, but like truly like its value is pretty good. So yeah, I'm putting an A tier here. Because with 33% of the votes in A, and then 33 in S, and 34 voting B or C. So I think A is like where the average goes out. So put it in the A tier. And actually, guys, wait, what is it? Yeah, A tier, and then where in the A tier you guys want to put this? So the Mark 5 helmet goes where in A? Top of A. What option is there? So behind power gauntlets and behind the super sonic punch or behind Mark 5 armor. And that was a lot to type in that one. Okay, I got the pull star there. Dream says any card that can helicarried in, yeah, for free because of 1 cost, has to have that taken into consideration for its ranking, in my opinion. That's interesting. I don't know if I would agree with that one. Um, But definitely, I mean, being able to be helicarried is a nice like perk because like if you're not helicarrying that card, you can helicarry another card. So I think I don't really care about like a card being played for free for the helicarrier because like either way, that helicarrier is being used for something, right? So it's not being used for that 1 cost card; it's being used for like another like 3 cost card. But yeah, being 1 cost is very very nice. I think especially for Iron Man to get his tech hand size up, right? So I think that I think that's where I missed out on a lot of value of like the rocket boots too and this. But yeah, getting just being a tech upgrade is very nice for Iron Man. Everybody Wolf says top of A. Yeah, I think that's where the poll is mixed actually. We got 33% says the top of A, 33% says the bottom of A, and then mixed votes in between. Now it's changing up a little bit. Man, you guys are all tied up on this one. I don't know where you guys want to put it. I'll like have to average out the votes like in my head. Um, yeah, it's a pretty tight poll right now. I don't know where you guys um, think the Mark 5 armor should go here. Where would I put it? I think I just say my opinion because I'm not gonna skip my turn to move it. I think I would put it. Huh. Oh, man. Like there's some games where I'm looking for the Mark 5 armor so much more because it's like I'm taking so much damage and I need that hit point. Like against Ronin, like especially, this is really nice. But then there's some games where like I really like when I get this on turn 1, it just explodes off, right? Like this is better on turn 1 than like this, right? Because it's thwarting and it's like a 1 cost like upgrade. So like it's really tough to say. This is really tough to rank. The cards are just so different, right? I think I would put it. Man, I think I put it behind Supersonic Punch. Yeah, I think I'll put it here if it were up to me. But this is chat's turn, so let's see where the votes are right now. Oh man, it's all mixed up still. Okay, I think okay. Let me read a few comments and we'll see what it says here. Dream says helmet in front of the armor. Raw version. This was earlier. Sorry, Rob. I know that evening time isn't as good for you. Um, but welcome to chat, Rob. Thought drop by show support. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being in the other live streams and this one as well. So thank you for being in all the live streams. I appreciate it a lot. Beowulf says, let me see, can't read the comment. Have you heard about Chard Gambit? Yeah, I know Chard. We've actually collabed I'm doing the same journey playing on expert. Oh, cool. Yeah, his series where he's like starting off with the card pool and then going on. That's very fun. I'm doing the same journey with the cards available at the time, and I'm struggling against Red Skull. Oh, okay. Yeah, Red Skull can be difficult. I would. I think someone else asked me about this last time about which hero I would recommend playing against Red Skull with, and I think like any good Thorny hero, like I don't know, Captain Marvel. I think Iron Man can actually pop off against Red Skull too. Oh, Captain America is out too, right? Yeah, Captain America will pop off, and that'd be really fun thematic. Dream says depends if you value cards that have more utility early game or not. Yeah, yeah, I think it's a tough one to rank. Where is the vote here? Man, it's still all tied up. Monaluco says the armor provides more to a 9 hit point hero than helmet. That's true. That's a good point as well. Um, Man, it is 25% of the vote for all 4 options, guys. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go with the chatters then. So what did I see more from you guys? So I see because earlier I saw a couple of you guys say that it should go top of A. And then I seen some different. Let me see. So Beowulf says top of A, helmet in front of the armor. So we have one like as a third card here. And then when can we expect a 2-player game with Miss War Fanatic? Yeah, I'm not sure when that's gonna happen. I would love for it to happen. I'm not sure. This is not her favorite game. Hey, welcome to our antlers. I'm glad you're able to make it though. Very glad you're able to make it, dude. Hope you're doing well. I'm guessing you're like probably at work or something, but yeah, welcome to the chat, Naro. Um, Rob says I picked ahead of supersonic punch. Okay, so we have like, yeah, so the votes are completely tied up, and then chat says like top of A in front of supersonic punch in front of the armor. So I don't know where you guys want to put. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll here because someone just voted. So it says top of A. Maybe it's Nora Allen that just voted. So we're gonna just go with top of A here because yeah, this got tied up for a very long time. So the Marfa helmet, you guys voted for this to be top of A. Very decisive, very divisive though. Like definitely controversial. I don't know if most of you guys agree with that, but the majority of votes here voted for Mark 5 helmet to be top A. So that's where chat puts the Mark 5 helmet. And DM Tip says tough for me to rank it lower. I built a deck around the helmet for Con of Heroes last year. Oh, that's cool. Absolute blast with opera skill, awesome. I picked a head of supersonic punch. Okay, got it. Yeah, I think I'm happy with it being in top 8. I think I'll probably put it behind it, but the Supersonic Punch, but I think I'm definitely see a case for it being over there. Monaludico says armor adds 66.6% of HP. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I mean, it's just 3 costs is pretty hefty, but the hit points are very nice for Tony. He's definitely here that wants it. Dream says hum before the gloves. Whoa. Yeah, I think I was saying earlier that I also valued the damage from the gloves more than the thorn from the helmet, even though thwarting is valued at higher. But I think a lot of chat likes the one costness, like it being one cost. I think it's a very good case for why it's better than the gauntlets. Even though I think I agree with you that the gauntlets are slightly better. All right, guys, that's chat's. Oh, it's not your last turn because I get to rank the start tower, but you guys can move it. Okay, so it's my last turn here. I'm gonna keep the Marfa helmet right here, and for my last turn, I get to rank the start tower. So I'm gonna read this card again for you guys, for people that are just entering chat. So this is a 2-cost support. As an RQ action, you can exhaust it and add the topmost tech upgrade in your player discard pile to your hand. And in Marvel Champions, you cannot change the order of your encounter discard pile, right? So it just depends whatever that topmost tech upgrade is. If it's like a power gauntlets, Mark 5 helmet, Mark 5 armor, pretty nice. Arc reactor, even nicer. If it's like energy barrier, it's like I don't want the energy barrier, right? So like it's for Tony, the way that you deck build Tony, you almost always get to get 1 card in your hand, right? So it's like kind of a resource generator that only works in Arc Eagle at worst. That's like its floor, right? At best, it's giving you back your freaking arc reactor that got like caught off guard or something like that, right? So, at best, it's really nice. So it is for me, it's situational. I don't know if it's better than aspect card, to be honest. I'm gonna put it behind the Iron Man hero card here. I think it's situational. I think that there's several games that I don't play it, but there's several games that I'm trying to get it out. So I can argue like there's moments that it's amazing, but even the moments where it's an amazing card, it's not amazing for the whole game. It's just amazing for like 1 or 2 turns, right? Um, I think oftentimes it's kind of a dead card. Oftentimes I don't have enough economy to like play it, and then also like because it's more valuable early game. In early game, I didn't play 2 costs to get this card out to just get another one to upgrades that I probably use as a resource to play anyways. So it's kind of like I don't know. Is it better than aspect cards? I can see the case for that, like an alter ego only to like add a card to your hand from discard pile. Like if it was in either form, it's definitely better than aspect cards. But the fact that it's alter ego only, I think it's what limits it. So I'm gonna put it in the C tier situation. I'm gonna see what you guys think about that. So let's start a poll here. Um, does chat want to move my ranking for Stark Tower? All right, and then let me see. Yes, up to B. Yes, down to D. Or no, keep in C. All right, let's see what you guys say to that. All right, let me catch up here with chat. Proofrock says, "God run. This was a lot of fun." Hey man, I'm glad you had fun, Proofrock. I'm having a lot of fun too. Hope you have a amazing rest of your night, dude. Manifer says the bucket hat era is over. Yeah, that was more because like my hair was like all like messed up, so like it just helped me like keep my hair tame. But maybe I'll bring it back if my hair grows out longer and gets like all messed up again. Uh, Dream says fair argument. DM Tip says yeah, gauntlets edge it out a little. Damage can progress the game state while thwarting just prevents a loss. Yeah, I do value thwarting more though, so it's not for that reason. I just value the one thwart that can turn into AoE thwart less than like 1 damage versus like one enemy. I can still do 2 damage now with that one enemy. I think that's kind of how I value that. Rob says, I generally add a lot of threat management to start because I expect to be an alter ego most early game. Yeah. So the helmet isn't as valuable to me. Oh, that's interesting. But helmet helps you do that threat management as well, though, right? Dream says C tier. This and War Machine are the cards I play the least at Iron Man's Kit for sure. C tier for Start Time. Yeah, yeah. I can totally say. I think me too, right? No, I probably play Repulsor Blast a little bit less than this. Um, yeah, but I know a lot of you guys don't. I think that's just more me about how I play. I'm not a big fan of the Repulsor Blast, but I know a lot of you guys love it more. But Stark Tower definitely in contention for being one of the least played cards and one of the worst cards for Tony too. But I think this War Machine is just so much worse. Monoludico says it's okay in C. Okay. Rob says agreed C tier. I hate alter ego only cards. Oh, I love alter ego only cards, but this one's not my favorite. Dream says Stark Tower perfect where it is. Cool. Monoludico says one last vote for movement poster blast A. Should we do it, guys? You know what? Yeah. Let's do it. I think. Okay, let's do it. If that's what chat wants, I'm gonna let chat cheat here and get one more turn. So yeah, we have 86% of the vote says no. They're agreeing with my vote here or my ranking to just keep the Stark Tower in the C tier. So yeah, I'm gonna end this poll here. We're gonna keep the Stark Tower in the C tier, and I'm gonna have one last vote because I know Nar Antlers just also joined the chat as well. So should we bump Repulsor Blast to A? I mean, you guys are gonna bump it, right? Because I had a poll asking you guys, like where you naturally rank Repulsor Blast. I think you guys voted A. So should we bump Repulsor Blast to A? Okay. Nar Anders says I'm gonna have to vote from memory because I haven't played Iron Man in so long. Oh, really? You gotta play him again, dude. Iron Man's awesome. And then Brian, welcome to the chat, Brian. Thanks for doing this. Good discussion. About to start a 3-player game, my friends. Awesome, dude. Hope you have an amazing night playing Marvel Champions, and thank you for tuning in. Yeah, man. I got 60% of the votes here bumping Proposal Blast to A. Blast to A, absolutely. Okay. If the votes here says to put Proposal Blast in A, I'll do it. But I get found to say that it's my tier list too. I'm putting the bottom of A though, behind the Mark V armor. But I don't mind putting it in A if that's what you guys want. So yeah, I'm gonna let the poll run a little bit, but let's take a look at our tier list, see what you guys think. So this is actually a lot higher than I thought. I thought that Iron Man would have like a lot more D and C tier cards. Because I think I was in my head, I think I was thinking the Mark V helmet wasn't like that good, but I was wrong. I think you guys are on point that the Mark V helmet is at least A tier, right? So that's a good point. I'm pulling up my the Spire materials that I did with you guys for the tiers debate. I want to see what do you guys end up putting for like the overall cards here for Spider-Man. So Spider-Man had 4 cards in S, Aunt May backflip, and then both the hero side and alter ego side of the card actually. And then we had 2 cards in A, so swing web kick and the web shooters. So Spider-Man had 6 cards in A and S, and Iron Man actually has more, 8 cards in A and S. Actually, wait, okay, we gotta do doubles of the cards, right? So like the amount of cards that Tony has is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because 2 gauntlets, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 cards actually. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, 12 cards out of 17 if we're counting both the hero side and alter ego side. So the majority of Iron Man's cards you guys actually put in S and A, which is more than Spider-Man's cards, right? Spider-Man's cards, you guys put 2 web shooters, 3 swing web kicks, so 5 cards, 2 backflips, so that's 7, and an Aunt May, and then the alter ego and hero side. So 10 of Spider-Man's cards end up in S and A, while you guys got 12 of Tony's. So crazy there. And then we have for Spider-Man, we had 2 cards, Black Cat and Enhanced Spider Sense in the B tier. Iron Man just has the Rocket Boots, and Spider-Man has the Spider Tracers and the Webbed Up, obviously, in the C tier. Iron Man's got these guys in the C tier, and then Iron Man's also got D tier card and War Machine. So very interesting there. I think that overall they kind of balance out to be like the same ish. Like Spider-Man's more top heavy with the S tier, and he kind of like has an even amount of A, B, and C. Iron Man has like the most in A, and he has the next most in S, and he has like some one-offs like in the bottom over there. But ooh, wait a minute. The chat has 50% of the vote here on if we should bump Repulsor Blast to A. So if you guys like it, you guys need to have, because if I'm one vote, like if I like am like a tiebreaker, then like I'm not gonna bump the Repulsor Blast up, right? So like someone has to, yeah. If this stays 50%, I'm not going to bump Repulsor Blast A. So let me keep it at the top of B here for now, and then if the poll changes, then we'll bump it back up to A there. So we keep it in B. Then Iron Man only has 9 cards in the S and A, so that's like less than Spider-Man. So I'm definitely a fan of that. Yeah, I think this curve looks a little bit nicer too. But yeah, obviously you guys can bump it up if you guys want to. Let me see. Rob says because I was there in the beginning. That's funny. Monolutical says, thanks for doing this. Armin's on my top 10 since I started playing 2020. Yeah, he's been in my top 10 since I started playing as well. Like, not since I started playing because I only played Spider-Man, but like since I started playing Iron Man, he was like in my top 5, and he's been in my top 10 ever since. You know, after I play like all the heroes. So Iron Man is a lot of fun. Rob says I didn't get to vote in lower ranks. Sorry, man. Nar Analyst says I really like this about these debates, even though the hero that should have won the poll didn't. Yeah, sorry about that. I know you want to do Domino a lot. This makes me want to get Tony back on the table. Yeah, you gotta do Tony, dude. Tony, so much fun. Iron Man is an absolute beast. I can see Nar Antlers going on like a Tony craze though. Iron Man is an absolute beast. Stream says the hero I play the most games. Oh, awesome! So I'm hoping that you love this series or this episode that we did here with Iron Man, because yeah, he is a lot of fun. Dream says we're in the same team. Nice, a lot of Iron Man fans here in the chat. I would keep Repulsor Blast B personally. You know I don't like self-mill mechanic. Yeah, Sam. So okay, guys, it's been 4 minutes. I'm gonna let it run for 1 minute. But if anyone wants to change the tiebreaker to bump it up to A, we can do that. But I'm gonna let it run for 1 minute. If no one changes it, then I'm gonna keep it here. But yeah, this was a fun tier list with you guys. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this ended up. Let me know down in chat what you guys think too. And it seems like a lot of people like couldn't make it till later. So I'm gonna have a poll just asking you guys if you guys would prefer these polls to be a little bit later. I'm not sure I can do later though, is the thing. Jack Bell, welcome to the chat. B for me lets me down too many times. Yeah, it lets me down all the time too. Lets me down too many times and not hitting the resources needed or discards the cards I want. All the time, dude. Early game, getting rid of cards that I love, and late game, it just feels lackluster, right? I think that chat earlier made some really good points of like 1 for 3 and 1 for 5 is not bad at all. So like it still deserves to go at least in a B tier. But like the fact that it lets me down just feels bad, right? Okay, the poll's been running for a while now. It's been over 5 minutes, so I'm gonna end the poll here, and we're actually gonna keep the Repulsor Blast here. in the B tier. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of Iron Man's cards in the S and A. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the cards. So about like half the cards are like amazing or higher, and the other half are like a little bit under amazing. Rob says Repulsor Blast could move up to A if you have an heavy energy deck. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. That people were saying that the Repulsor Blast, like Dream was saying that um, this is a Repulsor Blast more post. Yeah, Dream was saying that he often hits like higher numbers because the way that he builds his decks. So I could definitely see that. I think that is probably the way that I build the Repulsor Blast as well. Norian says, I understand the difficulty with coordinating everyone's time zones, but consider doing the PM streams 2 hours later if possible. Yeah, let me have a poll here. And maybe on another day, if I'm able to do it super late, I can see that. If I do evening streams, would you prefer it to be later than right now? And like right now, as in like the starting time as well, right? So maybe we can start around this time or like a little bit earlier than this time, but then like it would like end, probably a little bit later than what we did. So let me just start this poll and see what you guys, because you guys are here in the evening. So like these are probably like my evening viewers. So I wonder if you guys prefer to be later in the evening or a little bit earlier. Rob says, yeah, I know this is an AM stream for you in Asia. Good for me. Work is still okay. Nice. Oh, so you're tuning in at work. Nice. I'm glad you're able to join though. Okay, yeah. Let's see where the votes here go. It's pretty tied up right now. But yeah, that is it for our Iron Man video, guys. We have another tiers debate down the books for you guys. Awesome. We got the Iron Man one here. Yeah, I'm not sure. A lot of people keep mentioning about a identity specific tier list. I'm just not sure about this format, guys. It's gonna take like 8 hours to do a identity specific tier list here. Should I do that in chunks? Would you guys want to see that in chunks? But I feel like having one video for all the identity specific allies is nice. But like that's like over 50 allies to rank in one video. And then like you guys have to take turns with me. So like, man, like even when I do this with like Nelson or like Valentia or like whoever, it still takes a super long time. Dream says, I'm unemployed, so anytime is good. Awesome. I'm glad you're able to join anytime. I hope you can get a job soon, though. Jack Bell says, in UK, so heading to bed in a bit. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, UK is, I think you guys are, what times are there? Like midnight or like after that, right? Let me see, where's the votes here? So it seems like, yeah, it's like pretty squared up right now. Like some of you guys want it to be a little bit later and some are fine with the time right now, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure still if I want to do evening time or not. I want to find a better time to stream. I just don't know when the best time is. Yeah, it's definitely hard to figure this out. Brian says, one here at a time is a good approach. Thank you. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure if I want to keep on doing this series. But yeah, I want to figure out something a little bit more smooth. I feel like it's a little bit clunky sometimes with how I have chat select a hero, right? Like I think for now I like just the first chatter to say like a card. We just do that one. But I want to have more involvement with like how we select heroes and how we select cards for chat to rank and everything. Like I want things to be more fair and even. Mon Ludico is watching from Ecuador. Awesome, dude. Jack Bell says 1 a.m. tank. That's very, very late. Mon Ludico says GMT -6. Okay, I don't really know the GMT stuff, but I think it's around the same time there, right? I'm not entirely sure. Gene says West Coast here. Okay, cool. Okay, so like California, like coast, right? Yeah. Nice. Well, I'm glad you guys were all able to join. For everyone that was able to join, yeah, thank you guys. Like, I appreciate you guys so much to like just being here to helping me get this tier list settled on right here. So this was probably our more divisive one than we ever had before, right? Like a lot, like chat moved one of my rankings. I don't think that's ever happened before. You guys moved my Repulsor Blast rank. I think I put it in the C tier, right? And I moved chats too. I think I moved y'all's. I moved y'all's. Was it Pepper Potts? No, the Arc Reactor. I think you guys had that in A tier. Guys, Canadian, welcome back, dude. What I miss. I hope you had a good day at work, and I hope you didn't like have to rush or anything. But we are done here. We actually finished up the tier list. So yeah, I'm about to end it here, but I'm glad you're able to get it back here. I go back to my original post. Work sucks. Yeah, yeah. Work is a thing. I mean, some jobs are more enjoyable than others. Um, yeah, yeah. It would be nice if everyone could just do something that they enjoy and then just live our lives happily, right? Um, but yeah, we finished at the pool here. The ranking, I mean, and yeah, we have Iron Man's Alter Ego card. Yeah, so I think yeah, all you guys. I don't think a lot of people wanted these cards higher, but some people did want these above the Iron Man card. But definitely one of the best alter egos in Marvel Champions. Let me see. Dream says, "Blast being a hill, I'll die on." Hey, hey, that's totally fair, man. You can mention every single chat. Here's your deck to go with this list. Perfectly protection. Yeah, I don't know how to. Actually, I can probably like pull my deck or something. Is that okay? Let me. I don't know if I'm lagging though. Yeah, I can post a deck list, like my favorite Iron Man deck list. So this is my favorite way to play Iron Man here. It's with the Mark 5 from 2025. So whenever actually, there's no new cards right now, but I can put this in the chat, right? I can type stuff. But yeah, yeah. So that's my favorite deck um for Iron Man there, and that's with right for fighting protection. So you flip down to Alter Ego a lot. You have like Spider Bite to like reduce the cost for each tech card you control. Some tech synergy there. You have White Fox. I don't like the Digging Deeps, but I like White Fox a lot because you get the you can trigger with Futurist and with the Repulsor Blast as well. So the printed energy is very nice here for Iron Man. And then we have a lot of mix of resources, right? We want the physicals for the Red for a Fight. We want the energies for like the Repulsor Blast, and you want the Mentos for Moon Girl. The Moon Girl can usually get the Mentos on demand with the Queen Carrier and the Ingenuity. So it's not the end of the world with that, but yeah, NB says Houston Central Time. Awesome, dude. Hope you feel better. Thank you. I feel a little bit better. My throat is still a little bit scratchy, but definitely glad that I did this stream here with you guys, and thank you everyone for joining. Jack Bell says, "Cheers, all great stream. Thanks for working it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Like everyone that's here, I appreciate you guys a lot." Mono Luco says, "Happy New Year." Yes, Happy New Year, guys. Hope everyone's having an amazing start to the year. It's been kind of a slow year. But it's like, I don't know, it's like slow and busy. I don't know how to describe that. It just like feels slow. But I feel like I don't have enough time to like do stuff. Um, thanks, Weber Fanatic. Yeah, thank you, Monoluco. I appreciate it a lot. NB says thank you for posting it. Yeah, you're welcome, dude. Celtic Canadian, Gambit in every deck. Yeah, I mean, Gambit Iron Man is like crazy clutch though, right? Because of the energy resource for Repulsor Blast, but also Iron Man needs that like encounter knowledge to flip down. I mean, that's unfair of me to say. Every hero wants that encounter knowledge. Gambit is becoming one of those allies that's like top tier for me. Yeah, he's like I don't know if he's like even Nick Fury or like Professor X range now. Man, I don't know, guys. Should I want to do like Tears of Bait here with like the allies again? See you later, DM Tip. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, let me know down in the comments if you guys are watching this like at the end or just in the chat too. But like, what type of tier should? Thing is, I don't want to do tiers over like 50 cards because like that's gonna take 5 hours. I want to keep these a little bit lower. Like even these are like a little bit longer, right? And we have like less than 15 cards. So yeah, thank you guys, chat, so much for joining. Yeah, I'm gonna go catch dinner now. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions for this format. I'm still trying to improve it, make it more enjoyable of a watch for you guys. I know I love watching like live streams like this, like post live stream, like when I'm working out or something like that. So hopefully this can provide some entertainment for you guys at those times too. Rob says Gambit is almost an all include. Yeah, right. Like, because even if you're not putting him down to Alter Ego, isn't he still useful for like that encounter deck knowledge? I don't know. Like, I feel he's pretty good. Celtic says, "Night, good night, Celtic Canadian. Thank you. I'm glad you're able to make it. Yeah, after work. Yeah, I'm sorry that the stream already ended though, but yeah, I'm glad you're able to make it. Yeah, we finished the tier list here, but you can feel free to watch back if you are interested in that. But it was a lot of fun having you for the live stream that you're able to participate in that first one. But yeah, all right, guys. Let me end the poll here as well. Okay, so 62% of you guys wanted to be a little bit later now. Okay, I think if I ever do an evening live stream again, I'll probably do it a little bit later, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it that late. So we could definitely see in the future. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week and a good night and everything. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining.